don't let me freak out. I'm good. And the man that examined me that did it, I said, Patrick, you did excellently. He said, can I shake you? Can I take picture with you? I was like, oh my God. Oh my. I lost 15 pounds because of this certification. Yes. So everything, your color, your asset is against you, but you must multiply your efforts. You must. There'll be a moment of say, cry. It's normal. Ah, what is going on? Maybe Uncle Ben can say one thing on the other. Let me stop.
Yeah. Yes, Uncle Patrick, you really said it all. And I do believe that, sorry, Uncle Patrick, I'm going to mute you for a minute because of I'm getting some feedback. All right, thank you, sir. So, Uncle Patrick, you have said it all. This traveling and fulfilled dream is a big deal. And just like the tumbling says, regret and unfulfilled dreams. This is actually where many of us Africans, we lost it where we come to the diaspora because we do have higher expectations. As soon as we entered the flight from our country and we made it to abroad, we have some expectations. First off, we have been sold that land of milk and honey. I'm sorry. You see, we have been sold this dream of, oh, you are going to the land of milk and honey. When you get there, you're just going to be seeing dollars. The money will be flowing. Everything is easy. And as soon as we come over and the cultural shock, the changing environment, the challenges of surviving in this Western world, as soon as they all hit us, we begin to come to see the reality of all the lies that have been sold to us. I remember when I came to United States, though as somebody who is into research in Nigeria, I do a lot of research. I research so many things about America. At least I researched Texas very, very well. And my wife was also open. My wife did not lie to me. In fact, my wife told me, as soon as you get over here, you're going to do some menial jobs and you may have to start with healthcare. You may begin to clean some older people butts and all of that. And I hated it. I'm not going to lie. I hate it with every fiber in me. Like, I don't even wipe butt for kids in Nigeria. So I have to go to US and start doing that. But I shrug it off. You know, everything we do in Nigeria, we do it with prayers. So I'm like, God forbid, when I get there, I'm going to get an office job. Oh, my God is a miracle working God. My story is going to be unique. My story will be different from every other story. I got here. It wasn't what I expected. Although I'm going to dive more into my personal story when I start publishing my Imported Husband series. But I'm just saying all this just to support what Uncle Patrick have said already. That when we come over here, the challenges we have to deal with, the environment is not friendly. The language barrier, which is a very tough one for those who might not know. If you have accents, you are already in trouble as far as this country is concerned. Your accent, first off, will limit what you can do as far as job is concerned. And this accent thing is not easy. Sometimes I tell people that for me personally, I really don't worry. I don't give an F about English generally. Like I no lie now. It's just the way I am. I don't care about English because you know what? English is not my first language. Okay? In this my head now, I have my own tribal language, my dialect, which is called Apoy. I still have another language that I also learned how to speak. It's called Ilaje. And then I have Ikale. 3 different languages. Then in this my head, I still have the general Yoruba language, which is the general Yoruba all of us speaks and you understand. Now, 4 languages. Then I have to go to school to learn English. Then English is even more difficult than maths. By the time you survive learning English and all of that, then you come to speaking it. Some of us, we still have to interpret whatever we're going to say in English. First off, we have to figure out what it is in our dialect. Then we now try to say the same thing in Yoruba. Then we now convert it to English before we finally bring it out, before we finally express it. So it's a lot of challenge. And that's why for me, I just look at it and look, if I have to bother myself about speaking English or speaking accent and all of that, I won't even do what I have to do. Don't think maybe I'm talking out of point. I'm going somewhere with this because Uncle Patrick mentioned accent, and that's a big deal. That is where your problem actually starts when you travel out of your country to speak the language of your host. So then, one of the things that helped me personally was think about the Chinese, thought about the Japanese, thought about the French-speaking countries. These people have amazing, successful Africans who can't even speak English. If you go to Chinese now, English is not their official language. Go to Japan, go to everywhere. So I said to myself, even when I went to school, we were taught in British English. Everybody, Uncle Patrick, please, if I'm lying, tell me. Oh. In Nigeria school, what we were taught is British English. Have you not been so?
Uncle Bert, may surprise you. I have a degree in English and Literature, University of Benin.
Okay. Okay. So now we were taught in British English in our schools. And then in British English and American English, the way they call this is way different. We call what we call hood. They call it bonnet in English. It's just a lot. So what I did, as soon as I realized that this accent in English is a big problem in the first place, then this accent is going to be, so I just said to myself, you know what? I'm going to be myself. I don't even care. I don't want to speak your American accent. I'm just going to speak English. But then I will be patient. If I have to express myself 4 or 5 times before you understand it, I'm going to do it. So traveling to abroad is not a joke. It's not a bed of roses. Too many challenges. So for me personally, as soon as I got here, I shared a story on Auntie B Obodo Yimbo TV. It was funny. On Auntie B show, I actually told you guys that after when I got here, the first 3 days, my wife took time off from work. So my wife was around. She was taking me around the city, all the places where I have to go and apply for my social security, everything. We were going, it was all rosy fun. By day number 4, I woke up, my wife don't already go work. Came downstairs. No food was prepared for me. I have to, what is going on? I call her, babe. Hello, Shelley. I come downstairs, no food. Where you put my food? And she's like, oh, baby, just open the fridge, anything where you see. And then we were living in my mother-in-law's house. The next day again, before I wake up, Pam, she's gone. I'm like, wait. This thing is not looking at, it's not resembling my dream. Oh. My dream of being a husband is that I wake up in the morning, my wife will already prepare my food. Put it on the table, arrange it, come and wake me up. As Balele, come forward, sit and have my breakfast. It doesn't work like that. Oh. So that was like my first reality check. Second reality check, emptiness. Loneliness. Everybody, they are all busy. They wake up like this, they're gone. Nobody to talk to. And at that time, my mother-in-law's house is in one of the fantastic area in Austin. Big house. House is plenty for the whole street. You will come out, I open door. I don't see nobody. It's just they open. Nobody to talk to, nothing. What is going on to real alone? That was another shock. Loneliness. Then the search for job. True to my words, I was going to look for office job. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do all this pack shit, pack pig job that you people are doing. I started applying. Not my tie. You won't try. Going from one office to another. Nobody hired me. And the position I was applying for HR. With my Nigerian degree. I applied for like almost 6 places before one of them finally told me the truth. I think maybe that man has come across a couple of Africans before. So after he already told me that there's no space now, they're going to reach out to me anytime soon. Well, after that, I say, can I tell you something? Okay, go, sir. Now told me, say, look, your degree cannot work here. You have to convert those degree to American degree. That's when I started asking questions again. The few Nigerians that I've made friends with, and I ask them, what's going on? They say my degree, they know if you hire me. Then I say, Ben, now you they know. That your pali na empty pali, it can't work. You got to go back to school. Another unfulfilled dream.
Ben, give me 1 second. Let me say something. Can you believe HR courses are borrowed courses? There's no department that do HR as a full course. They do business admin and just do maybe 3 or something in HR. So I tell you, Ben, they just do 2 or 3 classes in HR. They learn in the course, in the job. HR generalist from there to HR manager or whatever. So there's no big deal in HR at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Patrick. I actually study human resource management and industrial relations from Lagos State University, and I graduated with 2-1. I'm still proud of that till tomorrow. But the shocking thing is, my degree was useless as soon as I came to America. So the reality set in that I cannot get an office job. I say, okay, let me look for another set of job. I just don't want to do anything that has to do with a job. So I started looking again. Then I started applying to banks and the like. Then I received the shock of my life. As at that time in 2013, did you know that some of these bank tellers, they are being paid, in some bank, they were paying $11.50. And CNA is being paid $13. Some are even collecting $14. So at the end of the day, I'm in Nigeria and I needed money. I couldn't get a job. That's when I now say, okay, let me just work with whatever I have. Then I secure a factory job. I cannot forget that factory till tomorrow. In fact, I'm supposed to have published episode 1 of Imported Husband. It's because I don't have time yet to drive to that factory. I just want to go take shocked video of that factory. Make I just put up for the video. I went to work at Michelangelo. It's a food processing factory. I say, yes, this one is better than packing shit. So I got there. They pay me and Chinese people. The first shock of my life was that I look around where the work environment, the workspace, no chair, no stool, nothing. Meaning we're going to be standing. In Nigeria, I've never done any standing job before. I stood for 4 hours straight. The Chinese people, they were like machine. We were. I think the unit I work first, it's like an assembly line. So some people will open the burger, some people will put tomatoes, some people will put cheese, and none of that. I think where I was working, maybe cheese or something. I don't even know. I can't remember now. But You can't stop. If you stop even 1 minute, the whole thing will jam packed. So we were like this for 4 hours. I'm looking at those Chinese people. They were even playing. It's not like work for them. Then they give us 15 minutes break. By the time I went for that 15 minutes break, Omo, go sit down. Where I sit down like this before I know 15 minutes don't reach, to get up and go back again hard. I come back again. I survived day 1. Day 2 is the same thing. Day 3 is the same. By day 4, they say there is this rotation that I have to go and work at where they are turning paste. The paste, it big like this. If you see guys where they turn the paste, most everything that they swear, they say I go turn paste. I go tell the manager quickly, say, I'm sorry, I'm still new. I don't think I can survive turning this paste. He say, oh, you can do it. It's so easy. And the manager, the floor manager or supervisor, now all this kind of maybe Chinese Mexican or something, I don't even know. Say, you can do it, you can do it. You turn it here, you turn it there. I can't. Just give me, let me finish today. Tomorrow when I come, I turn it here, I turn it there. But today, keep me where you left me yesterday. Say, okay. Tomorrow, you turn pace, you turn pace. That tomorrow was a Friday. I can never forget. My wife and I will still laugh about this till tomorrow. It was Friday. My wife day off. Even now before she go, don't wake up, go work before I wake up. Say, but she day off. So now she dey check, this guy is supposed don't get up, go work now. And then my wife, they push me, they nudge me. Babe, time for work don't reach. Man, oh God forgive me. God, thank you for managing my anger for me. Now, you don't see where person from sleep verse come to reality. I was mad. I said, if you touch me one more time, which what? You bring me to America, you won't kill me. Today they say I go turn. You don't see tomato, hot tomato. Neither they turn today. You don't. If that hand touch me one more time. Anyway, I'm just saying this for you to know that when you come to this abroad of a thing, your dream may fly away so fast. All the things you hope for, all the things you have imagined, how you think life will turn out for you, they can all disappear within a twinkle of an eye. But then, if you remember your relationship with God, if you can just sit back and say, Father, please take control, you will still achieve every bit of that dream that you hope for. The only thing is, unlike Africa, where you can wake up one day, you do one wuru thing, money just start flowing, and all of a sudden, somebody that had no bicycle yesterday, the next day is buying mansion, is buying all of this. That doesn't happen in abroad. But one thing I can tell you is this: it's just a matter of time. If you follow the process, your dreams come true. Before I yield again, let me just add one more thing. Sorry, Uncle Patrick, if I can quickly add this. I think some of us Africans, we do not understand the fact that when you come abroad, you have to rewrite your dream. I don't know the better word to express it, but this is what I mean. You see, when you are leaving Africa and you are coming abroad, there is this dream you have in your head of how you want your life to be, how things should turn out for you. As soon as you come to abroad and you begin to understand the environment that you found yourself, you have to augment that dream. You have to redream a new set of dream in order for you to be happy and for you to chase that dream. For me, the first 4 to 5 years in abroad, I still have my Nigerian dream in my head. What I want my life to look like, how I want to be balling the way we ball in Nigeria. But when it hits me, as soon as I renegotiate my ways with God, and as soon as I handed everything over to God, I say, Father, Lord, take control. You brought me to this country for a reason. Right now, I'm an American. And I've been starting over, not today. I want to start all over again. But Father, Lord, take control. As soon as I made that decision, then I reprogrammed my dream. One of the things that I did was, first off, I came to accept that I am no longer living in Nigeria. I am now living in United States. Two, I accepted the fact that my children are not going to grow up in Nigeria. They are going to grow up in America. Three, I must stop thinking of living two lives. One of the dreams I had was, oh, I'm going to be shuttling between America and Nigeria. Once I finish building my house, I buy this one, I will stay 3 months in America, I will stay 6 months in Nigeria. So I have to kind of augment that dream, let go of what cannot be achieved, and embrace what is attainable. And that is when I decided that, you know what? I'm going to live my life right here in America. Anytime I go to Nigeria, I will live my life in Nigeria. But as it is right now, my destiny, my God has brought me to America. I have to embrace America. And that's when I started planning my life according to the way it is in America. That week was the week I knew we're going to buy a house. That week was the week I knew we're going to start going to vacation. That week was the week I knew that we're going to live a fulfilled life right here in America. Because that dream of, oh, I'm going to America, I will make this big money, and I'll come back to Nigeria and start living my life, I think that dream is gone. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Patrick, that is just my take.
Wow, Uncle Ben.
Sorry, Uncle Patrick. Abby, I'm so sorry. I didn't get back to you. This week has been one terrible week. I'm so
No problem, sir. I was just a bit confused at the minute, so I didn't know what to do. And I obviously, my dad is around, so my home life is not very. I don't own myself anymore, so I can't just make decisions. Good evening, Uncle Patrick. Good evening, Uncle Dio. Good evening, Sister Biba.
Oh, Biba in the building.
But I wanted to ask, have we read Bible at all? Have we played any content?
We played
Okay, because it seemed like we were just talking about personal stories. So I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, thank God.
Anyway, let me read for you guys. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you, everybody. Biba, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Uncle Ben. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, Abby, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. The Bible verses I said to you can upload them,
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And thank you, Uncle Ben. You got me rolling on the floor. With that, your big story. So yeah, I'm going to have Abby play the second video. And if anybody wants to come in to share his or her testimony or what they went through, any advice,
sorry, I was not here for the first video. I don't know what was played yet.
That was the first lady I was talking about,
First lady.
God is working behind.
In the order which he was sent. Uncle Ben, are you here?
Uncle Ben, I don't think it's in the studio.
No, I'm here.
Is this one that was played?
I played the video of that lady.
This one?
No, you can play this one. Let's say this one.
Okay, sir.
And one other guy too, the other guy. Play this one.
Yeah,
first.
there's 3 videos.
Yeah.
Disappointment to my late dad. I feel like I'm a disappointment to my mom because I have not achieved anything. And I don't even know where to start from if I go back home. You guys know when we watch Nollywood movie, so when we go to abroad 1 year after, the person will make it and be rich. That is not the way it is. Abroad is very hard. In UK or in Canada or anything.
There's nothing to shame about. There's many people in Western country, they don't do 10 years, nothing. You understand? The most important thing is that you're alive. Now, person when they're alive, now in the day abroad. You understand? Go back home, repackage yourself. You understand? Maybe there's something better back home for you. Take heart, be strong. Nothing like shame. Because nobody send you message. You not send anybody, Papa, if you go back. The reason why I tell people, say, before you travel to abroad, make your research. Not just enter anyhow country. Because most Asia country, they don't have jobs to give their own citizen, talkless of giving to you. Same thing when they worry us for Nigeria. Now they worry some part of Asia country too. One guy just messaged me, hey, you know, get job, where in they? I come and say, bro, where you there now? He saying they Philippines. I will choose Philippines for you. There's no job that side. He said, no, be in choose Philippines. Say, now your agent choose them. Class say, message your agent now, make it give you job. As you know, if you do your own research before you travel. In case if you want to watch the complete video of our sister, her name is Becky. Latest update. Check her on YouTube. Thank you.
Okay, that's the video.
Let me say one or two things before you play the last video. Wow. Uncle Ben said some things about, I'm going to put in this word, they're realigning and updating your dream to the country where you reside. And like I said, in as much as you have decided to stay, you are adding years to your year. And as this said, your family, your children in particular, you are their role model. You cannot afford to fail. You cannot. Yes. You cannot afford to fail. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. But you need to sit down and say, where is the way forward? Many people come to America as a doctor, but it takes them a while before they get into practice. They still have to get certified, do other exam. Yes, before they become practicing, even as a doctor, in the country where they reside, even they've been doctor wherever they come from. It has to do with process. You have to stand as a man. Even in America, you see kids joining the military so that they can get college tuition. How can you join military? It's not more money than you. That means you are giving your life. You could be quiet in the process. Just to give you a picture, you could be quiet in the process. You know how many kids were quiet in Afghanistan recently when they were moving? About 13 of them. Young kids. So life is a battle. You have no excuse. Yes, you will think, say, wow, look at what I've lost. I should have done. But then you have to stand up again. Say, yes, I must move forward. You know that what I'm concerned is the multiplier effect on your children, on your family. I have many cases. I have somebody that has happened to. You can't afford to fail. So Abby, I want you to play the last video, and I want somebody else to come in. I know one of the sisters in the video. Abby,
Okay,
please.
I'm guessing it's this one because you
That
said
guy in white shirt.
Single or family living abroad, or you are about to move abroad, this video is for you. As somebody who God has engraced with the privilege of living, touring, and really understanding the systems of 4 continents of the world, and having spent almost a decade of my entire life living in these 4 continents, I just want to let you know that whatsoever I'm about to share with you is very, very true. Now, if you are somebody like me who has lived in Africa, you would understand the spiritual atmosphere that governs every nook and cranny of that continent. But you'll be living in denial if you believe that as you move to the West, there are no witches, wizards, or spiritual atmospheres in these nations of the West. But when you move to the West, you will now understand that the weapons that are formed over here, they are more dangerous. Why? Because they are weapons that are formed against your mind. Now, here are 10 strategies the devil is using to destroy the lives of immigrants abroad. Number 1 is to distract us with materialism. As somebody who is migrating from a third world country where the basic necessities of life are a luxury, moving to the West, the first spirit you will encounter is the spirit of mammon. This is where you get seduced into pursuing financial success, comfort, and material possessions. And this is where you get seduced to equate success with Western standards rather than on God's purpose. The second strategy is to isolate you spiritually. This is where you get too busy, tired, or discouraged to plug yourself into a local gathering of Christian believers in your new country abroad. Another way is to stir the feeling of loneliness, shame, or cultural inferiority rather than just opening yourself up to people who can help you. Another strategy is to weaken your prayer and word life. This is where the devil begins to fill you with schedules in pursuit of material possessions, pursuit of the things that the world counts as exciting. And not just that, to overload you with digital noise and worldly entertainment to numb your spiritual hunger. Number 4 strategy is to make you forget your spiritual identity. This is where, as you migrate to the West, you begin to see your faith and values as inferior. For example, as a Christian, you've moved to the West, you understand so well that Easter is about commemorating the death and the sacrifice of our Lord Jesus Christ. But guess what? As you move to the West, you begin to see people practice Easter as collection of eggs and celebration of rabbits. How about celebrations like Halloween? You know fully well that where you are coming from, you've seen idols and demons and gods face to face. Now you migrate to the West and you begin to think that Halloween is just a costume, is just a display of art, when you know fully well that this is demonic expression, live and physical. And in trying to blend into your new society, you begin to adopt these practices. Number 5 strategy is turning your immigration struggles into bitterness. This is where the devil will begin to feed your mind and begin to tell you that the reason you are having that immigration delay, the reason you are having that experience of racism, the reason why you are having that rejection is because of God. And this will begin to grow the seed of bitterness in you against the nation that you are in, the good people around you, and even bitterness against God. Number 6 strategy is to lead you into compromise. This is when, in trying to blend in, you start engaging in ungodly personal friendship or romantic experiences that will draw you away from God. And not just that, this is when the devil will also begin to introduce ideologies such as tolerance in order to dilute biblical values. The 7th strategy of the devil is to keep you focused on survival and not on purpose. This is where, as a new immigrant, your mindset is focused on making it rather than living on purpose. And this is also when the devil will begin to blind you to the very reason why God sent you abroad in the first place. Number 8 strategy is to create division among immigrant believers. This is where you begin to see tribalism, envy, racism, and even offense in local gatherings of Christian believers abroad. As Christians, when you are united, you produce a very powerful force. The 9th strategy of the devil is to pollute your children. This is where Western media, systems, and peer pressure begins to secularize your children. And not just that, this is a point whereby, as a Christian parent, you begin to get convinced to focus on your children's education and financial pursuit rather than on their spiritual formation. And the 10th strategy is to make ministry seem irrelevant or impossible in your new country abroad. This is where you begin to get convinced that you are just an immigrant and that you cannot be used by God abroad. And this is also where you get convinced that serving God, following Christ, doing ministry is only meant for people who are already settled. That as for you, you are not settled at all. And even when God begins to bless you and begins to settle you, you will still continue to see yourself as somebody who is not settled. And the goal to begin ministry, the goal to serve God, the goal to follow Christ will continually be pushed forward. Do you find any or all of the 10 strategies currently happening to you? Or are you about to migrate abroad? The Lord will begin to strengthen you and will begin to reverse all that the devil has done against you and your family in the name of Jesus. And as you are planning to move abroad, the Bible says, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. And if you're already living abroad, the word of the Lord to you is looking up to Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. God bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
I liked that message a lot.
I know. Abby, can you pull up Proverb 24, verse 16? He
Yes.
said a just man, another version put it as honest man, will fall 7 times, but will rise again. That has been one of the scripture that held me. He said a just man will fall 7 times, but will rise again. Okay, let people in the studio come in. Abby,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you can bring people in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second, please. Okay, so we have Sister Biba and we also have Sister Tonya here. Hi, Sister Biba. Good evening. What would you
Hi,
like to share
Abby.
with us? Welcome to
Oh,
Sunday School.
thank you, Abby. Thank you, Uncle Patrick,
Okay.
Uncle Dio, and everyone. Uncle Ben. Hello. So, hi, everyone. Just to share a little bit of my experience and my journey, and just everything that has been said, it resonates with me, and I just want to share what may encourage other people. So, just with talking about moving abroad, one thing that is important, which I think someone mentioned in the chat, is the need to have God in your journey and to seek the face of God. Okay, because for me, I've done this moving abroad or living abroad twice. The first time was immediately after my NYC. I went to the UK for my master's, and after my master's, I stayed back to work for a while with the post-study thing. But after my post-study, I didn't get any job um, that could enable me to stay. And at that point, my parents were like, it's not like there's nothing stopping you from coming back home. There's no need to try to stay there by all means possible, right? So I went back, and it kind of ties into sometimes people feel like, oh, they're going back with nothing, or there's nothing to show for it. For me, I didn't feel it so much at that point, probably because of my age at the time, and there was no expectations. Like I wasn't, I was in the UK and paying my own expenses, my rent, and doing all my things, but I wasn't concerned about sending money back, maybe because of the type of family that I'm from. It wasn't for me, it wasn't about, oh, I'm taking care of people or sending money back home because, I'm an only child, so I don't even have any siblings that are looking up to me for anything, right? So, but I do understand why people will feel some sort of shame or disappointment if they have to return. But I feel like in all things, you have to know that God is actually working. Because, okay, for me, leaving the UK at the point, I was quite disappointed. But when I look back now, I see what God was doing, right? Because at that time, I was newly married. So my husband had gone back a few months before me and settled down. So when I went back, we just started our lives and everything. But at the point when we decided to move to Canada, where we are now, where we came as permanent residents, that's somewhere we'd never been to. First time in Canada, we stepped in as permanent residents, right? I see that all of those years in the UK, it prepared me and it prepared us for this point in time. And probably that's the purpose God made me to be in the UK, to get that certificate from the UK, to get to get some work experience as well from the UK, because I came here and also in coming to Canada, we had started having kids, and it's getting to the point where, well, in Nigeria we were having our kids, and when you're a parent in Nigeria, you start to see things through a different lens. Then you're thinking about your children's future. You have all of this deep thoughts because how you're looking at. For me, when my son was barely even 2, I was already thinking about his secondary school, and I was looking like, okay, the schools I want him to go to at that point, the school fees was probably already close to millions. I'm like, okay, are we going to be able to afford this? How are we going to do it? and thinking about things like that. So at some point, we started praying about it and thinking about, so even before like the whole jackpot craze and everything, we had already started thinking about prayerfully, okay, are we going to go back to the UK? Because UK is where, we have family, we have friends, we can easily settle. We used to go back for holiday. But we now started to pray to God for direction. And I think that was very important in our journey. And when I asked God for a sign, right? Because at one point I wanted to do Canada, and my husband was like, no, it's like the money is going to take us to go to Canada. Why don't we invest it in something here, and we build something here? But rather than having an argument or trying to do anything, I just wrote down in my journal, and I said, God, he's your son, and I'm going to leave him up to you to convince him. And I'm not going to talk about it again, but just be praying about it, right? Because at that point, I was convinced that I felt like that was the best thing to do for our family, especially for our kids at the point. And so I just left it. And it was a few months later. I don't know what happened. He's not the one who came to me and he's like, oh, I think we should go do our IELTS. And I'm like, what are we doing IELTS for? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, I think, this is Canada. Let's start working on it. Let's do our IELTS and let's do everything. And that's how we started the process. So also now with that video of that person who was talking about waiting, so we did our IELTS, I was even pregnant at the time when I went to do my IELTS. Sometimes people will do IELTS for Canada and they're doing it 3, 4 times. I was like, God, I'm like 8 months pregnant, quarter to give birth. I have this one chance that I've given myself, and I'm only going to do this IELTS once and get the top marks to get the right points that I need for this immigration. So even in my when I was writing the IELTS, like everyone could see like I was so pregnant. Like, I probably gave birth like 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks later, but God did it, answered my prayers. I got the marks that I needed to get, didn't have to do IELTS multiple times. And then so, with the way Canada immigration works, you are you go into a pool and then there's a draw, right? So we immediately were able to put our things together. We were in the pool and we got our ITA, which was like maybe invitation to apply, which was probably when my daughter was about a week old. So we did everything with a newborn baby, getting passports, and for the other kids as well, making sure all our documents. Anyway, so you won't believe that we put in our application, right? And we were waiting for another 3 years. So COVID happened, all of those things happened. And, in that time, we're now like, okay, God, is this really going to happen? Like people around us are getting it in 6 months or 1 year, but ours is like taking such a long time. Like why? But we just kept holding on to God. Just pray. Sometimes my husband would even ask me like, "Oh, this person, like, how come they've gotten to Canada before us?" Like I'm like, "Well, I don't even know. Don't ask. don't don't ask me. Okay, let's just keep looking out to God." But we came here when we got approved and everything. By that time, my youngest daughter was 3 years old, right? That's the baby that was a few weeks old when we applied. She had turned 3 by the time we landed in Canada. So just to say, like, even in the waiting period, God has a plan, because I don't know what would have happened if we got it within a year and then suddenly it was COVID and we have kids and we're trying to survive. And because there are people who landed while COVID was on and it was quite difficult, right? And also another thing again with coming, when we had gotten approved and I was like praying, and even all the waiting time, I was just praying to God, like, okay, this Canada, this is what I want in terms of when we land. I want us to be able to land and we go straight into our own accommodation that we've been able to rent, right? Which, is quite difficult when you're new into a country. Initially, maybe you have someone that you're going to stay with for some time that will put you up. But I already knew that we didn't have any family where we were going. So I was praying to God, like, those were the things I wrote down. Like, God, I want us to have our accommodation. I want for myself this certain type of job, for my husband this certain type of job. We'll be able to settle our kids into school and everything. And you know what, funny enough, like 2 weeks to us coming, we didn't have any accommodation. We didn't know what we were going to do. Like, okay, probably Airbnb. But like a week to, we just suddenly we're talking to someone and we got connected to one of my university mate who was in the city we were going to, and he's like, oh, he knows someone, and we were able to get our accommodation before we landed. Like we went from airport straight into our own apartment, right? Just to show the hand of God and why it is important to always trust in God. Um, and another thing, for this journey is, as you're trusting in God and having faith, you also need to also be doing your own research, be doing your own groundwork. I like how Uncle Ben said, he had done a lot of research um, into Texas, into Austin, because he knew that that's where he was going, right? So for us, for me particularly, I've done a lot of research trying to find out in terms of career, what could I possibly do? And then I came with a plan, and it's, you need to, a lot of immigrants just come and they probably go with the plan of their friend, of anyone, right? But I looked at myself, I looked at my qualifications, and also with the help of some pre-arrival services that Canada has for permanent residents, right? I was able to figure out, okay, rather than focusing on trying to apply for one type of job, I could have three different types of resumes and apply for all of those things. So for me, it's just really, in immigration, you need to research, and you need to seek the face of God. You need to face, I like, it's like for for myself, my husband, and my family, like all throughout, it was like just us and God. Like, okay, it was something that we were always praying about with the kids. I know when you're even such things with when you're trusting, like you like tell the kids like, okay, this is just between us here, and we're putting it into prayer points. And there was something that was so profound, when we had, back in Nigeria, before we left, when we got our passports back, with our visas to enter, because you enter with a visa and then you get your permanent resident, a one-time visa to enter the country as a permanent resident. My son, he was like, wow. He's like, so God answers prayers. And, that was so deep, because for us, it's like, you try to teach your children all of these things, but for them to actually experience that, oh, mommy and daddy said we're going to Canada, and we've been praying about it. And for him to he just stood like, oh wow, so God answers prayers. So that's just an encouragement for everyone. It may not be immigration, it may not be, moving abroad or getting a new job, but whatever it is, just seek the face of God and hold on to God. And it's going to be trying. There's nothing good that comes easy. You have those moments where you want to give up. There are times when we were waiting for all of that, people were going to the UK. There was that whole rush of going to the UK for masters, but we're like, we've already done this. We know that after 2 or 3 years, when you, with your post-study work visa or whatever they call it now, you need a plan, right? And we're like, we're not, so you need to just fix your eyes and seek the face of God. I think for me, that's the most important things. And yeah, there may be regrets, but always there's, it still comes back to holding on to God and being able to correct your ways, like come back to God, right? And just like with the last videos, for me to round up, when you come here, and sometimes abroad, people, because sometimes in Nigeria, a lot of times people, there's so much difficulty. There's so much difficulty, right? NEPA takes light, the roads are bad, there's insecurity, there's so many things. It makes people hold on to God. Like, you can see problems, you can see problems that you are praying for a solution for, right? But when you come here and you don't have to think about school, you don't have to think about school fees, you don't have to think about whether there's water, you don't have to think about whether there's power supply. A lot of your basic things are met. If you have a job, you have enough food to eat, you have clothes to wear. So it's easy to like get caught up and not see a reason to hold on to God. But it's important to know that our relationship with God should not be transactional because of what he can do for us. We have to have a personal relationship with him that we will hold on to no matter what is going on. Okay, all right. So let me let me stop here for now.
Thank you so
Okay,
much, Sister Viva. Amazing testimony.
thank you, Abby.
God is good. Sister Tonya. Good evening, sis. Good to have you here. Are you there, sis?
Hi, do you mean me myself?
Yes, yes, please. Welcome to
Good
Sunday
evening.
School. Please
Good
feel
evening, everyone. Hi, Uncle Ben, Uncle Patrick, Abby, everybody. I didn't realize that we usually have Sunday school, although I do join live every now and then. It's good to be here. Hi, everybody.
thank
My
you.
own contribution is about timing. Timing is everything. First and foremost, I just want to mention something of which every successful immigrant, if not all, the majority, can agree to. At some point, to become successful immigrants, you would notice that you are multiple things at a time. For example, you have a license to practice one thing, whatever that is, and that took time to obtain that license. You're also running a side business here and there, and you're also consulting for a company, or there's always a side hustle. That is what most successful immigrants would tell you. And to buttress that, there's an adage in Igbo that says, "Anano fuebe ekili mmọnwụ." I'll repeat that again. "Anayano fuebe ekili mmọnwụ." It means you don't stand one place to watch a masquerade. As they dance, they move, they act in drama. You too, they move back. You too, they adjust your position. You can't just stand one place. You're in awe of this masquerade and his beauty and his glory and his artwork and his everything. No, you keep moving as he's moving, just in case, so that you'll not be taken unaware. In other words, when we travel abroad, part of your dream for most people is, I want to be one thing, or I want to be this. And being this particular thing means I'm going to be successful. No, sir. No, ma'am. Even when you achieve that, I'm hoping you do, you'll find that you keep, improving on your skills, learning more things without giving too much of myself. I traveled to the UK over a decade ago, and I quickly learned that I'm in a new place. And to be in a new place, I need to relearn and unlearn. And I'm still doing that. I haven't figured it out completely yet. But years down the line, I've not just obtained the degree of my dream. I can laugh at that, but I realize that the degree of my dream, it's not even what I'm using to eat today. It's not what is putting food on my table today. But it has left something in me. Ability to critique positively, ability to do research, ability to manage time, communication, and many other things. But that's not what I'm working with. I keep learning. Like that person, that adage I gave you, I keep, moving. As the masquerade is moving, I'm moving. And then eventually, it clicked. What actually I need to study? Went back to school, to uni, studied, and did not stop at that. Keep improving. Identified quickly mentors that I needed. And as I'm identifying the people I want to be my mentors, I reach out to them through email if they were thousands of miles away. For example, one of my mentors live in, I think she lives in Philadelphia in the US. I think that's because I've not been there. I've not met her in person. But she played a huge role in my life. Another of my mentors is here. So I'll write to them. And it's okay when they say no. Or some don't reply. And of course, if I know you in person now, so I quickly identified people who I want to be my mentor for certain reasons. Because at that point in my life, I needed them to grow. I know that these ones will share with me their downfalls, their things that I can quickly learn from. And today, I'm also mentoring a lot of people. And I can say I understand the pressure also of you can't be there for everybody else. Above all, I want to also say that there was something that has helped me so far, especially my spiritual life. It is Mount Zion movies. I discovered Mount Zion. Oh, no. I did not discover Mount Zion movies when I traveled abroad. Talking about travel abroad, talking about 2012. No, I discovered Mount Zion movie from my university campus in Nigeria. They used to play Mount Zion movie because I'm not a Deeper Life member, but I as a young girl, fresh in uni, I've always been very, very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. Like, people used to say, you have the brain of an old woman. You know, meaning I don't think like my peers. So as a young girl, 17, 18, entered uni, no one told me that if I don't want court boys, am I permitted to say fuck boys too? Or hook up girls? Or what? Like there are some people I don't want to surround myself with. Neither do I want them to surround themselves with me. I found I had to go and look for Deeper Life. And I started going to Deeper Life. 4 years I spent in university in Nigeria, I was going to Deeper Life. And I was committed. So what does that tell you? For a girl of 18 years, it means that I knew that this is where I can have a cover. In my mind, whatever that cover is, I knew that there's a shield and cover of protection that God have over his people. But especially in the university campus, they avoid Deeper Life. They see them with the holy girls, no seeing head, no seeing skirt. And then they wear earrings because of Deeper Life. Going back home, I'm not Deeper Life. I'm a Catholic. But that helped me to be focused. So my first movie of Mount Zion movie was A Deeper Life. Once in a month, maybe twice in a month, we'll do this midnight retreat and prayers. And they will play Mount Zion movies. And I loved it. So moving abroad, and you see how these missing dots are connected. Every phase in your life, there's something for you to pick up there to learn. You might not see it, but you'll see it later. And just to add that Deeper Life University, I hope it's still the same now. I don't know. They would always assign mentors to us too. So you see where that mentorship came from. Final year students would mentor first year and second year and third year. So by the time I got to third year or fourth year, I've been assigned people to mentor in their first year and second year, like pick them up, take them, help them, ask questions, paper and answer. I read geology and mining for my bachelor's honors, which I'm not working with, but it helped me in a lot of ways later. Those soft skills here and there are helpful. So they were putting us through in terms of academic, past question paper, rehearsal, and lessons, and I made a first class. And most of our Deeper Life students made first class, not all, but the ones that didn't made a strong 2-1 or 2-2. So can you see how that mentorship connected from university all the way through, even till now, for me? So Mount Zion movies was something that ministered to me early, very early, as a Nigerian in diaspora. It sharpened my spiritual life, still sharpening my spiritual life. I saw today a post by Damilola Mike Bamiloye that Agbarala they're going to release that movie again. I didn't watch the first one, but they want to replay. They are doing fantastic. So if you're somebody that is planning to improve your spiritual life in any way, there are lots of random movies to watch. It's your choice what you like. I also love my Netflix, by the way, Tyler Perry's movie. But I'm saying every now and then, thank God for mercies. Those Manzai movies are ministering to my life. I also identify with churches around me where they can also sharpen my spiritual life. And I'm also training my children in the way of the Lord. But in a nutshell, the grace of God is in everything that we do. I am multiple things in one person. Real estate, nurse practitioner, a business owner on my own. Today, just before I joined on this Sunday school, I just finished a live video for my company. 1 hour. And the topic specifically, I'm going to quote the topic of what I did was countries you can travel to with dependents. That's just an example of the one we did today. Sometimes the live videos I post is things like, now you have traveled, what next? Sometimes the topics like things you should be aware of even before you travel. Because traveling is one thing, but how prepared are you? It can break you. It can build you. And then you say there are multiple divorce and separation. No, it's just that when the pressure comes, are you prepared? Finally, I'm going to end with the fact that I give God the glory for the people. You know what? I'm very rich. I'm so rich. My biggest wealth and asset is in people. And I don't take that for granted. My richness is more in people. People. When I say people, quality people. People that they cannot be alive and I'll fail. They cannot be alive and you will hear that I and my husband say what? Say. You don't need to add a prate to it. Separate. People that we have built this love and protection around ourselves. We call each other up. Like before we even get to a lawyer. Say you are thinking separation or divorce. The other person say, come. I'm coming to your house. No, I don't even know what I'm hearing. They are coming straight. What did you say is the problem? I'm not saying suffer love. I'm not saying the type that will tell you bear everything. But the type that they are not just calling you to order, they're calling the other person to be. We all believe that it takes two people to make marriage work. And if one person is sleeping in their marriage, these quality people that I'm rich in by the grace of God, we wake you up and say, wake up, my friend, what are you doing? Wake up. That's where my biggest riches come from. The quality people that I surrounded myself with. And our children are amazing. When Uncle Patrick every now and then talk about his kids, how they are, he encouraged them to pursue their career, their dream, and all. See, he models a Christian home. That is what it should be. Or rather, that's how it should be. That's how our home is and the home of people surrounding me. Please tell me, it's so tight, bulletproof, iron-proof that the devil cannot even enter these homes. And even if he does, person go follow your house, carry broom, come, sweep them off immediately. May God help us. The witches and wizards abroad, hey, they are strong. They are stronger than back in Nigeria. And if you know that, you know people. They are corporate witches and wizards. Promotion for me is not that hard. I've learned and mastered company politics and also human interaction. Don't isolate yourself or your friends, only Nigeria, maybe only Yorubas, maybe only Igbos. Say you dey your state of origin. You carry your bag all the way from Africa, wherever that is, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Cotonou, Kenya. Sometimes sit down and check yourself. Count your friends. It must be only your tribal people, only your country people. And you're wondering why you're not being promoted, why you're not growing. How will you grow? Before any promotion comes, I tell you, somebody will call me and tell me, oh, there's this post coming up. You know, I'm not interested. I like to travel a lot for holiday and all. Just to let you know, it will be going live so time. But if you apply, it will not go live. So most of my promotion are the type that you apply, and if they can fill it up faster, I'll get it. That means it will not go live for more people to apply. People who might even be better than me. Do you know what that means? That's grace. That will not come on my fellow village person will not come and tell me about that because we're probably not working in the same place. And finally, those of us as we're traveling abroad, you see that line that you're working in oil company, line that you're working in sometimes you can, some of you find solace in saying, oh, I'm telling the truth. And now I'm working in Beatrice factory, but I don't need to tell them what I'm doing. That's what's holding you back. It is me that might even give you the connection you need to grow. It is Uncle Bear, it is the other person, but every time you put a line of what you are not doing, then after line, you are sad with yourself. We're all helping each other. But how can I help you when you tell me you are my boss? It's fine. In fact, I won't help from you, not you, the other way around. Quit all this, I am this. I'm working in such a place, whereas you are not. And by the grace of God, in my own way, I'm mentoring those who I could. And I noticed that majority, or actually all the people that have come through me, one way or the other, or have path have crossed, they are doing excellently, very well. I leave you in peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sis Tonya. That was so powerful. Thank you for coming up and thank you for sharing with us. I think Auntie Grace is here as well.
Abby, sorry. Let me just give a quick shout out to Sister Tonya. I am amazed. I'm surprised. I never knew Sister Tonya is this big, rich lady.
Uncle Ben, I'm going to go and see who I will go and stop for this Bora Bora trip.
Sister Tonya, thank you very much for joining the Sunday school. I'm really, really impressed, and I'm happy that you're able to join us. Wow, God is really working wonder. Uncle Patrick, Uncle Dio, I don't know where you guys are taking us to, but I can tell that God is really, really involved in this. Just one quick testimony. For the past 6 days, I've been dealing with YouTube algorithm with our short feeds. For those who don't know, the short feeds are usually what bring a lot of views to YouTube content. And as soon as YouTube take your short feeds away, that means you're not getting visibility. But can you imagine that today, at this very time that we're having this show, the short feed is now back. So making an airport shout hallelujah for that one. Thank you very much. Thank you, sister.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Auntie Grace. Good evening, ma.
Yes.
Happy
Good
Sunday.
evening.
Welcome to Sunday
Good
school.
evening, my baby girl. Good evening,
Auntie
everyone.
Grace, I was just thinking of you. You are the true daughter of your parents.
Good evening, Uncle Patrick, UV, Sister Tonya.
Good evening, Auntie Grace. How are you, ma?
Good evening,
Hello,
Sorry,
Auntie
Auntie Grace,
Grace.
I
Uncle
want to ask
Daya.
Senior Pastor Patrick a question. And Junior Pastor B, what pastor is Uncle Dio? I don't understand this church that they don't used to give somebody puff, zobo, meat pie.
Pop off in the church,
What's
Sister
that?
Abby. Sister Abby,
Yes,
pop off in the
Are you a
church.
customer?
Sister Abby.
yes,
Nawa.
sir, for refreshments. I don't understand.
Oh, all right. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead, Auntie Grace. Sorry, ma. Auntie Grace, are you there?
Auntie Grace is here. Maybe network. I can see her. Maybe it's
I
network.
can see her. I can't hear her anymore.
Yeah, it's the network.
Anyway, if I can say something briefly. If I can
Of
say something
course.
briefly before Auntie Grace comes back.
Of course.
Now, there is something that I want us to realize is that there is something about this our Sunday school which I know, and I want to say it now so that all of us will know that this is not anybody's effort. This is God Himself. God has decided to use this Sunday school to do something that is bigger than any one of us can even think or fathom. So we are just messengers that God is using. So He will keep on using this Sunday school to reach out to His own, and many more testimonies shall be coming in by the grace of God. So we are just tools in His hands. He's the one that is leading. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's while we wait for Auntie Grace, Uncle Patrick. I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to put any of the Bible verses up, or
Yeah,
do
you
you?
can put it up. Anybody that has anything to say, I'll just say one or two things. Yeah, like you asked you to put up Proverbs 24:16. That it says, if an honest man falls down 7 times, he will stand up again. But when trouble comes to a wicked person, that is the end of him. Yeah, I took time to listen to the two testimonies. And what came to my mind is that most people that come to the abroad, all their move is divine. By the time they begin to give testimony, you even find out that these people are not from rich family. It doesn't matter how much they sell tickets. God will just orchestrate everything, and they will be here. So God has always been their backup. Everyone I meet, now I'm going to say 99%, by the time they begin to tell you their story, you find out that God divinely brought them here. Some of them may have gone to the embassy maybe 3 times, but God was there and always been their backbone. And one of the things I do whenever I'm into any situation, I just go back. The Bible says God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That if God, you can do this, even in Nigeria, when I'm going through this, and you brought me to America without any stress, you always be there. I remember when let me tell you a story. I was in Abuja, I was working, when my brother just sent me a text, an email that I played Visa Lottery for you and your family, good luck. I just watched this man talking. He asked my information, my picture. Before you know, he just sent me, say, you won. I said, you won? So what am I going to say? In 3 months, they will send you this thing. In less than 1 month, I was invited for interview. The first gift I got from somebody was $3,000 cash. I went to Western Union. My wife was like, where did you get money? I have to show him the receipts. Then you can collect dollars in Western Union then. The person said, for what you have done for me, I'm going to pay you back. That was the first. I don't have money then, I don't have to sell a car. The only thing, I just made a furniture in my room, 70,000 naira then. I sold for somebody for 50,000. But everything I do, I don't have to struggle with it. Because God has planned ahead. So what am I saying? Most people that comes abroad, I know we know us with Nigeria. Some of us will have prayed, do several vigils, go to the mountain. God is answering that prayer. God has answered. And I want us to come in here, irrespective of what you face. Look at that sister. He said the degree she had wasn't what is fetching her money. I have an MBA. Like I said, I have a degree. My first degree was English and Literature, University of Benin. I taught more than 10 JAM schools in Nigeria. It was one of the schools that somebody gave me a job in Abuja. I was receiving 2 times what the salary of the teachers were earning there. because of what I did. I didn't stay in Abuja for 8 months before I landed in America. What I'm saying, if you can pray in Nigeria when things were so tough, and you come to the abroad, you can still replicate the same thing. It's gonna be tough. And from what the two testimony I heard was that you need to be informed, you need to evolve and say, God, give me wisdom. What am I supposed to do? Show me the right way. Like I said, I have an MBA. I'm not even my job, my first job with an MBA wasn't. I never even used my MBA, but I'm getting the salary of an MBA owner. I use my MBA to even negotiate for salary now. Yes. Even though the work, most of the job you do, they still have to train you. In the job you go to, they still have to train you. You just really, so you need God divine touch, and you need to put in more efforts. That's why I said, the Proverbs 24, he said, a wise man, a honest man will fall 7 times, but he will rise up again. Don't just fall your kata. There's going to be an issue. You will face certification. That is not the end of life. You still have to move up. Don't isolate yourself. In my former office, they do party, they bring potluck. You know what I do? I say, okay, when they say, I'm going to bring fruits. Everybody likes fruits. I'll bring fruit, fresh fruits. They say, wow, Patrick. I know if I cook Nigerian food, they may not eat it. Some of them will do their cake and all those things. I will eat those ones. I know that's their culture. But I'm involved. Yes, I don't play office policy, but I know people I know up there. So be informed. Let me rather with a testimony. I gave that testimony in church. By God's grace, we have 4 cars in my house. But the kind of insurance that they are giving us, I say, oh my God. We've had insurance for more than 8 years. And everything falls on me. Every year, my wife says, go and meet the insurance. I will go and meet it. The man will plug some figure and will say they will give us app to be monitoring our driving. They will reduce. I said, is this mortgage? These people want to kill me. This year, last month, I told when the big, I said, I'm not going to pay this. God help me. This is too much. You know what happened? I told my wife, I said, let me talk to my neighbor. He's a white guy, very honest guy. He said, Patrick, we've been using one very nice, even when they were living in one, what's it called, trailer. That's this, they've got for we're talking about more than 20 years. Say they are nice people. They will help you look for best insurance. I said, okay. They gave me the phone number. I talked to the lady. The lady was very nice. I said, okay, you run our driver's license. He said, you don't have any DUI. Your driver's license is clean. My daughter is one of the drivers. I said, everything is clean. By the time he gave us our quote, I said, oh my God. It's like you are paying 5,000 a year and then now say you have to pay. The same coverage has immediately we did it. He said I should wait till everything elapsed. I should call. I called my insurance company. I said, well, I'm canceling. He said, Patrick? I said, I'm canceling. They cancel. My people, can you be the following week? My old insurance company from the headquarters, they send us check overpayment. For 3 days, we are receiving check. I said, oh my God. Yes, the first check was 2,000 and so for overpayment. Another check came. Another check came. What am I bringing out from there? Because I connected, I did not isolate myself. I went to my neighbor who's a white American. I said, God, they put on the check overpayment. Yes, because overpayment. I said, but my wife handled the check. My wife said, let's call them. Maybe I should call them forward. This one way they pay us. Won't I jump up? So be informed. Don't isolate yourself. Like the sister said, you could be rejected. That's not the end of life. This is America. You can't change your accent if they like. If they say, if you say they have an accent, that's not a cause. They no abuse you. Let me put it our own way. I don't mean abuse, normal abuse. Nobody make fun of you. It doesn't matter. At my office, I say, you want me to speak my real English? You're not going to hear me. Oh. They say, Patrick, you started. Be lively. Don't put the word on your head. Whatever job you are doing, do it with all your might. Yes, nobody asked you to come here now. You did right to this thing that you must come. You came by yourself now. And I'm talking about your family, your children, you are their role model. Don't transfer those things to them. I'm going to stop from here. I don't want to be ranting.
Thank you so much, Uncle Patrick. Auntie Grace is back. So Auntie
I'm
Grace,
back. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I think it's my phone actually. It's complaining of storage. It kicked me out. Yeah, well done, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you, Abby, and everyone again. I want to say, Uncle Ben, thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for what everybody is doing on this platform. If there is anything that brings me back, is the information that we are getting here. I was busy and I heard slightly what Uncle Beno shared, slightly what Uncle Patrick shared. Every individual has different experience coming abroad, America, Canada, US, different experiences. And then again, how did you come also play a vital role in what you do? Uncle Beno talked about having getting the real information before you go. And then the last sister that spoke also talked about it. I'm just going to share a little bit of my experience. I can't put out everything here because of some certain issues or matters. This platform is a place where everybody who actually want to get educated will benefit a lot. And I want to say, I don't know if my own time, if I had opportunity to listen to a platform like this, probably things would have been different. Before I came to the UK, I was working in Nigeria and I was doing a kind of side business. I will tell people I am the kind of person that said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I don't care what it is. I will not cheat you. I will not rob you. But when they say go there and look for money, I'm going to go. I'm not going to say what kind of job is that, no matter whatever. I just want to make ends meet. So actually traveling wasn't even in my agenda in some ways. But I was close to a few family relations who were just traveling like abroad was like wake up and go, wake up and go. I wasn't well informed. I didn't know what it was about. I decided I'm going to go. And I didn't make my research. I didn't get this information that you people talked about. And I actually came with a visiting visa. I got either 6 or 5 months, I can't remember. That was 2005. And the person who helped me to do the visa said, when you get there, bring by your passport, I'm going to renew it. There was a lot of things to it, and then you go. Immediately I was landing, they picked it. I don't want to, like I said, I would say everything on this platform as it is because it's a social media. And before you know it, they said visa was granted. You need to come in person to collect it. That made me an overstayer. Abby will know what overstayer means in the UK. And then back then, I know Abby wasn't here then, but at least Everybody knows what overstay is. That landed me in a very bad predicament. I couldn't work with my certificates. I couldn't even look for a job because I was not documented. But God on my side, I was doing anything, everything that I see to sustain myself. At some point, I was like, no, I'm going to come. Each time I cry out, I want to come. You know what it is back home? They will say, are they calling you? Is somebody calling you? People are looking for a way to escape this country. What are you coming to do? And it got so bad that I was in the hand of immigration severally, and God kept sustaining me. So, too many stories to talk about. The time I wanted to go to school, if I apply for school, you are not entitled to student loan. Okay, let me pay. You can, if you need to pay, do you know how much you'll be paying for if you want to be nursing in this country? Abby, you can attest to that. To pay off is a lot of money, which I couldn't afford. Okay, they won't give you student loan because you are not entitled to it. So there was a lot of things. I decided to go the route of like side road, doing MVQ and all that and all that. Even though did the head classes and I went to NHS, people, oh, how did you get NHS job? Blah, 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 blah. The NHS, I discovered it was even, oh my God, at the end of the month, every task, you are like a slave. Before God saw me through. And to cut the long story short, to God be all the glory, I am a British citizen today. I work with the local government and where I am. But it took me so long to get there. So with all of that, that one I said to my family, no enemy of mine will go abroad without documentation. So as God will have it, my immediate younger brother had to look for any means anyhow, got a scholarship to do his PhD, even after he's finished his master's in Nigeria and all that, got scholarship to do his PhD in the UK. So he is in Scotland today. And then my elder brother, who is in America today, got American lottery. I tried everything to make sure that they didn't lose that opportunity. So what I'm saying is that this platform is a place where people are learning and relearning and learning. Like they said, share. And at that time, when you are running helter-skelter, hiding yourself, you couldn't even share. You can't share nothing because nobody knows. I remember in my church, somebody came to give testimony how he went through all of this. Eventually, he got indefinite leave to remain. So when he testified, a lady was sitting by me and said, wow, when I see how active this lady is in church, I would even think he's a British citizen. Nobody knows people are going through all of this. And then I shared my testimony. The lady said, oh my God, I don't have my paper. People don't share until there's an opportunity because you are so scared of whom are you sharing to. Like my sister said, share. You are sharing because you don't have anything that is haunting you, that is pursuing you. That is why you can share your knowledge, and then whoever wants to share with you will share with you, like we are talking here. If when I was in that predicament and I listened to a platform like this, I probably will look for you wherever you are. That's why I'm thanking God for this platform. There are people that are in a very difficult situation, people who are like in my shoe then. When they hear my voice, if they reach out to me, I can say, this is what I did. But then I don't think there was anything like this. If there was, I was not aware. So people come differently. Today, if we all open our mouth and tell our younger ones, our brothers and sisters, that jackpine to abroad is not all bed of roses. You have to get yourself ready. You have to get all the information. You have to prepare and know where you are going to. Like I said to people I knew, no, you cannot come the way I came. Because me today, I give all the glory. Each day I wake up and I look up and I say, Father, I am here. I have my home, I have my house, I have my this, I have my that. But if if I write a book of what I went through, my brothers and sisters, no enemy of mine will go through it. So that's why each day I say, God bless Uncle Beno for this platform. And this platform will continue to grow from strength to strength. I listened to a few of his show. That is how I got stuck in there. So thank you, my brothers and sisters, for what you are doing.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Auntie Grace.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Auntie Grace. Thank you so much for sharing. Abby.
Yeah.
Now,
I
what?
haven't shared, I can share because it's a lot of book.
I know, but thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
At least by
Thank you.
today, you have encouraged some people who might be dealing with a lot of stuff. And this abroad thing is not easy. And thank you again,
Yeah.
Uncle Patrick, for today's topic, because like I say, I don't fear Uncle Patrick now. Uncle Patrick topics is special topic. I've told you guys before, when it comes to this Sunday school, I have nothing to do with it. Uncle Patrick, Uncle Dayo, Abby, they are the one who are running it too, because me, I'm here to learn. But I'm beginning to see a pattern of how God is using his own people to reach out to his people. So thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you, Auntie Grace. Okay, Abby, over to you. Before you go, say come buy coffee for church people.
Yeah, I was about to say that we need a private jet for our ministry.
Eh?
We need you to bring the money.
You're right. You are very right. This is a really ministry, my dear.
If I had a private jet, I would not have been late today.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Shout out to you. Say. If I don't agree, Sissy. Over to you, Mama.
I think, Zeno is here. Zeno, sorry. Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, Cece. I miss you.
Please, this is Sunday school. Oh. Let's know what we're doing.
I'm allowed to show love.
If you want Cece's number, let me send it to you. Don't
be jealous.
That place.
Please be quiet. Thank you. Uncle Ben, for once, I want to share a Gen Z perspective to this. And you guys, please forgive me if I say anything wrong. I'm just speaking. It's my testimony, but it's also not like fully done yet. I know God is still working. So I'm just going to share the little part. When I was 15, I came out of secondary school, and the plan was I was always going to go to school in the UK, because all through my life it was half in Nigeria, half in the UK. I was already like registered for school. I had gotten admission, my fees had been paid. I just had to fly out. When I went to go change my visa to student visa, my dad found out that he had enough funds. However, they wanted all the funds in one account, but he couldn't just transfer. They wanted to see the certain amount of whatever money in a certain account for a long period of time. Unknown to me at this time, God was working. We came back from there, and then I had to start school in January as opposed to the summer. So while I was waiting, my dad woke up one morning. He was in Tennessee at the time in America, and says, you're going to America to go to college. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't like America. And I'm not writing any more exams because I had already written too many exams. While that was going on, I just remember I was 15 and I didn't think it meant anything at the time. I just said, okay, whatever. But God, if this is your will, let your will be done. I'm not writing any more exams. And it just has to be that it's your will. Ended up applying to school in Tennessee. I had less than a week before the registration was closing. I got my admission without writing any exam in 2 days. I went for visa interview. Me and my mom went. They gave me the visa. They denied my mom, and they said she'll be fine. Ended up coming to America a couple of weeks before I turned 16. I was supposed to be staying with a cousin that I did not know, but apparently we had the same last name, and this was my cousin. And she was supposed to take care of me. My dad flew in with me, dropped me off, left the next day, and my life had to start. Ended up going straight to school. I lived in the dorms. I realized that they had signed me up for pharmacy, without speaking to me. I guess this cousin just thought that it was best for me to go and do pharmacy and do something in nursing since I was smart, and I got sorry, not nursing, medicine, since I was smart, and I got accepted into the school, so it was fine. And I was just like, okay, I didn't think I could say anything, but I was just doing it, but I hated it. I woke up one morning and I said I wanted to switch and switch to nursing. She hated it, but it was the way it was, right? And then I went to my first, mind you, sorry, backstory. The day before I left, I went to go and see my auntie Jejeli in hospital and tell her bye bye. One random woman was there and was like, as you are going to America, just make sure you hold God strong. I was like, you and who? I'm going there to be wild. I've been good all my life. It's time to be wild. She was not like, no, just make sure you hold God strong. You make sure you go to church, you have friends in church. And I was just like, okay, whatever. God now punished me. I went to my first party in America, and turned out that in that same party there was drugs. I don't know what I was expecting, Sha, but there was drugs. And then the police was chasing a guy that had just killed somebody, and the guy thought it was best to come to the party with the gun and everything. So at 4 a.m. in the morning, I was like 3 miles away from campus at this point. Was not driving. I did not know anybody. 4 a.m. in the morning, we started to hear the police are coming, everybody disperses, everybody followed their own people. I was not left alone. I was walking to campus all by myself from 4 a.m. I got there like 5 a.m. I had nobody to call. That night, I got to my room and I cried and I said, God, be like, say, na me and you, because at this point, I don't think if I go to jail, I will survive it. So I guess I have to surrender. In that moment, I prayed and I was just like, God, please, I need help. I can't be friends with these people because I clearly won't survive that life. So you need to bring me people that knows you. The next day, randomly, this one girl walks up to me. I was like, I want to invite you to Bible study. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. She was like, oh, the Bible study is at 7. Just meet outside the student union. But I'll let you know the exact room. 7 comes. I don't hear from this girl. I went to student union. I was walking all around like somebody that was looking for something that was lost until she saw me from the window. She had forgotten and came out and decided that, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you what room it was, but this is where it is. That was what saved my life. I ended up becoming part of the student ministry, had a group of friends that I could trust. If anything was going on, I could reach out to. They were just my support system. Mind you, I had a cousin that stole my school fees. My school fees was with her, decided not to pay my fees. I was using my money to pay her bills. I didn't know any of this. All of this was going on. The only people I could count on was just people from church, and that's all I knew. Fast forward, I now decided that okay, I'm missing the Nigerian flair. I'm missing home. I decided to reach out to some of my dad's friends. They decided that it was smart for me to not go to school anymore. I should quit school and I should go and marry so that I would get green card. Foolish me, I was 17. I was like, okay. I left school. My visa got suspended. And the way the thing was going, they now told me that after the marriage, I will go and tell the government that this person was beating me so that I would get my green card fast. In that moment, I think it was like a period of 3 weeks, but it felt like a period of 3 years. I couldn't pray because I knew what I was doing was wrong. So I felt like I just can't pray. So I decided that I wasn't praying. I was just, the only thing I could say was, God, please help me. So my visa got suspended. There was no way for me to go back to school because that was suspended. I was just living in limbo at this point. I didn't want to go through with it. I also could not go back to my parents and tell them that I don't want to do this anymore because they had spent a lot of money on just the whole marriage thing. So somebody invited me to Redeem Camp. I went to Redeem Camp and I said, God, it was a whole week program. And the entire time I said, God, I tried to do what you did not call me to do. I tried to figure it out my own way and it wasn't your plan. I am so sorry. All I can say is I'm sorry. Just help me and restore whatever it is that your plan was, because clearly you wanted me to be here, but I guess I was too fast forward and I wanted it a certain way. Ended up after coming back from the camp, I called the school. Something just told me reach out to the school. And I called my school and my school was like, oh, you have 2 days left before you can get reinstated. All you need to do is just send me your paperwork. I was like, what are you talking about? I can get reinstated. They're like, yes. But caveat to that, the person that could do it was leaving the school. That was his last day. So I had to send everything to him that day. And it was the summer. I sent it in August. I resumed school. The problem was you don't know if it's accepted until like 4 months later. So in that 4 months, I was also in limbo. So I was constantly praying. I understand that if this is not your will for me, I will just go back home. But if it's your will for me, then you have to make it work. And I promised not to go and try and be fast forward ever again was my constant prayer for that 4 months. On my birthday in 2020, I think it was 2021, 2022, I checked my mailbox and I see the approval. And then I went to school and everything was fine from there. And I got my job and I'm doing everything I'm doing now. But I guess all of that taught me that doing something that God has assigned you to do, if you try to go away from his plans, there will be consequences. He is merciful, but there will be consequences. And if you don't return back to the plan, it's not going to look good for you. So when you're coming or going to any country, just pray that God sends you the right people and also gives you discernment to choose who's right and who's wrong. I rest my case.
Thank you for sharing with us,
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Zeno,
Thank God for your life and how far you've come.
Zeno, I hope you are not married.
Not yet, no.
Uncle
Not
Ben,
yet. I'm marrying her off next year. I'm marrying her off next year.
Uncle Ben.
Oh, my Zeno. Glory be to God.
Experiences. We thank God for you, my darling.
Glory.
Okay, so can I go ahead, Uncle Ben, or do you have something to say?
Yeah, go ahead. No, what do I have to say? I'm just shocked. I never knew that the baby girl that come here to fight me every time had this experience herself. I'm just surprised. Don't worry, God got you, my dear. Over to you.
Ben,
Amen.
in Sunday school, you'll have said that's a wonderful testimony. Amazing.
Oh,
Zeno, thank you very much. We appreciate your vulnerability. In fact, that was wonderful. God, I said it. Everybody coming to abroad is divine. Yes. I even thought Zeno is in UK.
No, she's in America with
You
you,
see,
sir.
I've always thought Zeno is in UK because she's Abby's body. Wow.
Patrick, you don't know that I'm international.
I
Too
know. Go ahead, Abby. Go ahead.
All right, so the next segment is, first of all, does anyone else have anything to add to this testimony segment before I move on to the last part of this Sunday school? No? Okay, cool. So the next segment pretty much is kind of Q&A in a sense, but obviously very Sunday school based, and just for us to put words of encouragement and prayer out there for people that actually are struggling with living abroad. I know for a fact that while I haven't had any complicated immigration situation or anything, I know for a fact that one of the things that I have felt living abroad is just feeling like I don't belong here. I've lived here for half my age as well. I came here at around 14 as well, similar to Zeno. And I still often feel like I don't fit in, but I feel like I'm an adult and I just have to be a big girl about it and keep moving. And I always wonder, which is why if you've watched previous live streams, you will hear me say, oh, am I going to move to America? Because a part of me still feels like I don't belong here in the UK. But things have just gone the way they've gone. I've gone to uni, I have a job, I'm living okay. I guess it's not that bad. So I say this to say that the one thing that is very common is blues, whether it's depression, whether it's feeling out of place, whether it's just feeling like there's something missing. So the next section pretty much is to offer encouragement and, yeah, I guess some sort of support to people that may feel lost or need some uplifting. So I've done them in banner style. First of all, I just want to see if there's any comments that we could read. Nothing really.
Hey, Abby, let me make this comment. I'm going to
Okay.
talk about the elephant in the room, your immigration status. You know, even in churches, you have girls coming out to give testimony how they got their green card, which is not legit. You know, it might be very difficult this time around because everything is being tightened. You know, we have cases of people lying that they are married while they are not married. People paying money, you know, to somebody or giving their body. And, you know, we have cases of if you give money as a lady, they said they have an AA guy that you want to marry. The guy will collect your money and the guy will even demand for your body too. And some, at the end of the day, may not even work out. You know, one of my junior was telling me, he's a young guy, he's not a Christian, he's a Christian, he's a nurse, has a master's in nursing, sorry. You know, he said that during that time, they were supposed to go for interview, and she used her former ex to fight an AA. She said, they said he has to come with the ladies. Oh my God, my life don't spoil. So he has to look for the guy with money, go beg him. And the day they were supposed to go in the morning, so they came to the house in the night. The guy was supposed to sleep in his house. The next thing the guy was saying he wants to smoke weed. Which kind of trouble did I put myself? He has to excuse the girl. The girl go and smoke weed. So a lot of things is going on that people will not open up to you that they are doing. You know, like I like a testimony in church, that the testimony that will be that can be verified genuinely, and that will go a long way for people to learn from it. I don't just give some shaky testimony that you just came to, I got my green card. Why did you tell us? Is it through work that you cannot identify? So that's the elephant in the room that people need. If it involves you praying, asking people to join you in prayer, this is what I'm going through. You know, we have to apply wisdom. You may not go ahead and tell everybody, but there are some people, if you know yourself, yes. Like one of the point, the last guy that spoke, I wrote it down. He said something. He said, serving God for only those, yes, serving God for only those settle or something. You know what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say that when you come in here, you come in with a divine living. You have made up your mind. Like Zeno said, thank God for Zeno. Even though they arranged for her to go and get married, say, God, I am not going to do this. I am not ready for, I don't even know. Even when the parents said they are not paying the school fees anymore, she decided to say, God, she has to, God sees our eyes. Yes, don't go and be messing up with somebody to get green card and come to church and begin to tell us you have testimony of how you got your green card. No, that is not right. It happens. So that's what I'm trying to say. The elephant in the room. Everybody has immigration problem. Even before he came to America, my brother got married to AA to get a green card. In 6 months when he came to America, in 81. My senior brother did the same thing, got married to AA. They didn't get married at the end of the day. But that's what they use. That's what people use. So don't come and tell us and say, well, no, we know about it. Be open. Don't call me and say, Pastor Patrick, I want you to pray with me. For what? I will ask you. And I ask you a deep question because you brought yourself. So I'm trying to be truthful so that you can encourage others. If there is work you can do, I have 4 people now that through being nurse, they got their green card in America. 2 just got their green card. They are nurses. One came with a PhD from Ife, as a lecturer, the husband just came, she's gotten her own. There are two people online now. There are nurses with family. We know about those ones. God will help us in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much, Uncle Patrick. So I'm going to do a very
Can I say
quick
something real quick?
segment.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Also too, like backing this up, if you see people around you doing things that are not right and you grow weary because your own is not working, you're trying to do it right and you want to give up.
We can't hear you anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Sorry. Just remember the scripture, Proverbs 14 verse 12 says there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof, the ways of death. Don't go and put yourself in something because somebody's doing it quick, or it's the same thing with like get rich quick schemes. Don't go and jeopardize your salvation because you're trying to get something quick. Just remember that it might be quick, you might get the green card quick, but at the same time you might also die. So it might not be physical death, but spiritual death. Just wanted to share that.
Thank you. I'm going to start finding people for a Bora Bora trip for not using filtered words for YouTube. But that's by the way. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, so Uncle Patrick and Uncle Dayo especially, I want to do a quick segment where we kind of very quickly, because we've already been here for 2.5 hours and it's late in Nigeria as well. So I want to do a quick segment where it's kind of like advice and encouragement in a sense, since we're talking about immigration and living abroad, and we know what comes with that being Black. Okay. So the first one is, I feel like I made a mistake moving abroad. Did I miss God's will? Uncle Patrick.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
So yeah, the first question is, I feel like I made a mistake moving abroad. Did I miss God's will?
Well, it has to do with the foundation.
Excellent answer.
Yes. How did you come? I gave you a testimony of how I came. If I'd come at that time, I won't be here talking to you guys. Yes. And that's why I say, even my immediate brother, we are still praying for them, for my family. He had 3 baby mamas. I would have even been worse. Maybe I will have 4 baby mamas or 5. So it has to do with foundation. The Bible says, if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? But you can trace yourself back now. God is God of mercy. Yes. God doesn't want any sinner to perish. That's what I believe in. So if you feel, can you say the question again, Abby? That was,
I feel like I made a mistake moving abroad. Did I miss God's will?
it's like that question is you that can answer it. Yes, it's you. It's just like,
Abby, can I come in a little bit?
go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because if you see, when I talked about my own, because I didn't do my research and I put myself into it, like you said, your circumstances, how did you come? What did you do? It is a personal issue. The person who asks this question is the one that will be able to address it.
Thank you, ma.
Like
These
when
are
I
random, sorry, just to address, these are random questions that I came up with. Nobody has asked.
okay, yeah, I'm just saying, like it's going to be applicable to individual. Like there was a time when I saw myself like, how did I put myself in this mess? What am I doing here? Especially where I had to face immigration, right? And I was ready to go. And like I said, pressure from home, they say, what are you doing? What are you doing? And God kept me and eventually I walked through a lot of things. It could be a long stay. It could be, you know what I mean, Abby. And
Yes.
then before I started applying, and then I got my distance. It was really, really, really rough ride. I did all sorts of like what they call a key job and all of those to survive. So how did you come? That is what you're going to start asking yourself. If it is too tough and then you want to go back and you think that it can be remedied. When I got into the hand of immigration, I did say to them, I can't stay anymore. Because when I discovered that I couldn't go, I was scared. Now that I'm in your hand, get me documents. I want to go home. That was when things started opening up for me. I was meant, people that they picked from the compound where I was, two people were deported to Nigeria. They said to me, because you've been so open, you told her your circumstances and all that, we're going to allow you to come in, sign in. You let us know when you want to go. We can give you money if you want to establish back home and back home and back home. And then I got lawyer involved. And that was why they started telling me what to do, what document to put. You stayed for this number of years. You can do this, you can do that, you can do that. And things there. Opening with prayer and guidance of people that came into my life at that time. You understand? So if you have deviated from God's will, like I said, um, I wouldn't say I deviate from God's will. Maybe I didn't seek God's face and I didn't get my information right. So as I was praying along the line for God to guide me and tell me what to do, and eventually it worked out. But it takes really long. So if you know that you have deviated from God's will concerning your life, you can retrieve your step, you can ask for forgiveness, you can ask for restoration. If you have to go back, whatever you need to do, you have to also speak to people, like we are talking here. I said, speak to people who have gone through your situation and see if there is anything that can be remedied. A lot of people are going, there are people in this country that have been here 20, 30 years, they still don't have this, they are still not settled, especially in this UK. Is that bad?
Mm.
So we are saying it today, people who are hearing, please do not come undocumented. Do your homework, do your research, know what you are coming for. You understand? So if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? Maybe let the righteous pray.
Thank you so much, Auntie Grace. Can I, Uncle Dayo, do you have anything to add, sir? Should I move on to the next question? There's quite a number of questions, so I'm sure everybody would be able to relate to some better than others.
Go ahead to the next question.
Okay.
Yes, I want to say something,
Okay.
please. Please, I
Okay.
want to say something. Contrary to what both Pastor Patrick and Auntie Grace have said, and even our Zeno, the thing is that even if you are sure that God is leading you to travel abroad, you may still find yourself in this situation whereby you will be questioning God. Have I made a mistake? See, even when you are sure before you leave Nigeria or when you left wherever you are coming from, you are in that place that God has told you to move to, you may still get to a situation whereby you'll be like, I think I've made a mistake. Human being questions God when challenges arises that did not expect. You will have thought that since it was God that was leading me and I'm following God's will, why am I facing these challenges? Uncle Patrick shared his own. Uncle Benoto shared his own. There are some people that even though they are sure that yes, God led me to this country, but at a point in time you will like, God, this must be a mistake because now you lead me. I'm not supposed to be facing all these things. It happens. It happens. Not taking anything away from what they have said, but I just want to say, if you find yourself in this situation, where is your anchor? If your anchor is God, go back to God. God, I'm sure I heard you right when you said I should move. What's that? Because it's the same thing. The Israelite journey in the Bible that we all know, it's a typical example. There was time that they got into the desert and they were like cursing God. God, is it because
Uncle Dayo.
There's no water.
Uncle Dayo. Okay, you're back.
Yes. I was saying that there was a time in the life of the people of Israel that they were cursing God in the wilderness. God told them that I'm taking you to the land filled with milk and honey. But they got to a place whereby there was no food, there was no water, and they were cursing God. You see, because there was no grape in the land of Egypt that wanted us to come and buy here. So the thing is that you may get to that spot in your life, even though you are in the perfect will of God, that you may be questioning God. But what you just have to do, go back to God to reconfirm and ask for His grace and for His guidance and for His help. He will surely answer you. Thank you.
Abby, if you and Uncle Patrick allow me, maybe I can just chip in this one too.
Of course, Uncle Ben. Why do you always act like a stranger?
Because this is not true now.
Go ahead, sir.
Right. So I just wanted to say that, just to answer that question you put up, Abby, there are many people in Africa who migrated to the Western world on their own will and volition. They are not directed by God, even if they look at the circumstances through which they decided they were going to relocate. It was just them that pack up and say, I'm leaving. Life is actually good for a lot of people. Some people travel just because, that prestige that comes with, oh, my friend is living abroad. Oh, he's in London, he's in US. That's what prompted some people to travel. So I just wanted to put it right there that sometimes, yes, it may not be God's will for you to travel. I know people, Uncle Patrick, I'm being honest here. I know people who come to this abroad. They do everything. Their life was miserable. They went back home and they are bawling. My friend, I shared the story here one time. I encouraged him to leave New York. He was in New York for almost 3 years. Doing all this, they are crazy under the table jobs. Life was terrible for him. Until I encouraged him to come over to Texas. When he got here, his life changed. 2 of them, actually. The moment one got here, in less than 6 months, he started talking to realtor. He want to buy his own home. The other one got here, his life changed too, but he can't cope. He went back to Nigeria. He's doing fine in Nigeria now. And altogether, the one that went back to Nigeria, he stayed here for like 6 years. He can't even complete the small house he was building in Nigeria. But now that he went back to Nigeria, he's been back to Nigeria now close to, by December, I think it should be around 2 years now that he has gone back. He has built a house, got married, living fine. So sometimes, God might not be the one that actually asks you to come abroad. I'm just saying, you have to think about the circumstances of living. God will show you a sign. If He wants you to live, He will show you a sign. God will not bring you abroad and leave you hanging. I don't think so. I have a prayer point that I used to say a lot. My wife would laugh at many times raising that prayer point. Now it has become my prayer point too. And the prayer point is simple. I say God at the point of need. I always include it in my prayer. Say, Heavenly Father, I need you at my point of need. Sometimes when I embark on some project, I want to do anything and it's becoming difficult, I'll just bring down my prayer point. I'll say, Baba, I'm going again. I have no clue what I'm doing. But Lord, when I get to that point when I need you, Father, show up. So I just wanted to say that sometimes it might not be God's will. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. Actually, what you just said is my friend. I have a friend who I've actually referenced her in a previous live stream that got deported 2 years ago. She came here even before me, around 10 years old. Unfortunately, this is also addressing Cece's comment about complacence. in my opinion anyway, her mom was complacent, did not do. Everybody knows that if you're able to figure out a child's immigration status easily before they turn 18. Once they turn 18, it becomes a big issue, and they are treated like an adult, of course. And her mom just, I don't know what her mom thought. What that also meant was that she wasn't able to go to uni like the rest of us, because she couldn't afford funding out of pocket, because again, not everybody has £15,000 per year for tuition fees. And she also could not apply for student finance because she didn't have permanent stay. And like Uncle Ben, like you said, one of those ones where maybe she wasn't meant to be here, because for everything that she did, roadblock. This marriage thing, many other friends got married for this thing. It worked out for them. For her, maybe she would get to certain points with the boy, the man, it would just get scattered. There's nothing this girl did not do. She got to a point where she had no bank accounts. It was just such a mess. And then eventually she got this letter and she decided to give herself in, and she left. It's been 2 years now. And yes, of course, it's going to be tough because it's someone that's come here as a child. It's very different climate in Nigeria, especially when your uncle is not somebody or your daddy is not somebody. You know how Nigeria can be. You don't have a degree. So where really are you going to work? It's not like the UK, where at least if you work at Tesco, or if you work at Boots, or if you work at, I don't know, whatever high street store, H&M, you will get by. You can pay your basic bills. It might not be the most glamorous of lives, but you pay your basic bills. In Nigeria, where do you work? Spa, ShopRite. If you don't have any skill, you don't have any degree, and quite frankly, at this point, you're so stuck that you don't even have any work experience. Nothing. What she did in the UK was cash in hand kind of jobs, braids, fashion design. And by the end of the day, you go back to Nigeria with fashion design, everybody's going to be Vicky James. Not everybody's going to be Tubo. So everything's just been long. But, through the help of friends and family here and there, she's doing okay. And quite frankly, what is most important that people take for granted is the peace of mind. She used to be very unwell living here because she was always stressed out, not knowing what to do next. But now she has peace of mind, at least. She's also closer to a few family members that she has there and all. So sometimes you might be working so hard abroad and it just never works out. You have to ask yourself why it's not working out. I'm doing everything. Everybody else is doing stuff and they're progressing. Every time it's my turn, there's a roadblock. Why? So, yeah. Sissy, you're here. Hi, sis. Actually, I shouldn't be telling you hi. People that enjoy
Wow.
they don't expect, they should not be expecting greetings. People that want to enjoy.
Hey, real fam. I wasn't even gonna call in. I'm so exhausted. I feel like I'm still jet lagged, but it is well. I'm back, and I already feel like I need another vacation from this 16 hours I've been back. I've missed everybody.
Welcome back,
How's everybody?
Cece.
Thank
We
you,
missed
Auntie
you.
Grace. Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
I've
Me, I
missed
did not
everyone.
miss you. I did not miss you.
You didn't miss me. Don't worry. I'll expose your messages in the backstage.
This is Sunday school. Go straight to the testimony, please.
I will. So with the so for me, I felt like I came in late, so I'll need to hear all the playback. But I came in from Auntie Grace's testimony, which I love, by the way, Auntie Grace. I'm so glad at least you found a way, and it just reminded me of my aunt's story, which I dropped in the chat, and I just said that sometimes I feel like a lot of people, even though they do come abroad, they have, especially the ones that stay for a very long time, I feel like you have enough exposure to different people along the way, right? It's not like you would come, you'd only be in one place, you wouldn't know what's going on. A lot of these people come and they do have exposure to other people's stories or to hear how people are getting by. But for whatever reason, I feel like it's complacency. They just feel like, oh, I've already been here 10 years, I've been here 15 years, oh, I've been here 20 years. I've managed this thus far. Let me not even bother to sort this paper out or to sort my documents out. So that's kind of what happened with my aunt. My aunt is well into her 60. I think if we talk about her age, UK age, 65, she's well into her 70s now, right? About 6 years ago, she was working and she has a good job. She's like a care manager or whatever. She was working outside of London, somewhere like maybe Kent. And where she went to do cover for the company, they just came and had like immigration came to raid the building, because normally those type of jobs, they do tend to have a lot of illegal immigrants working those jobs sometimes. So Home Office will just do surprise visits. So they raided the place, asked for people's documentation, I mean for your details, so that they can check if you're, have your papers or whatever. My aunt was picked up. This is something that nobody in the family knew. This lady has been here for 30 years. She has a good job. She goes about her business. She has her own her home, apparently, and she's doing things in the background. So when we got the call, well, my mom got the call that, oh, auntie has been picked up. She's being held in immigration center. We were confused. We were like, huh? How? Lo and behold, when the story came out, really truly, this lady did not even have a passport. She had been working, living her life for almost 30 years on somebody else's details. And I'm just like, why? Right? There's so many people that have come through the family that have gone through immigration things. Maybe, they've come to the country, they've started finding their foot. She has the means, she has the resources, let me say. She's built her home back in Uganda. She's had the resources. So then it was like, okay, why have you left it this late to sort out your own documentation, to the point where you got picked up at over 60? She was held in immigration center, like a detention center. That's what they call it, right? For 5 years, whilst we as a family had to come together, work. Luckily, one of my aunts is actually an immigration lawyer. She kind of like tried to do her best, but then in the end, we had to hire somebody else. And her case, I mean, her appeal was the Home Office wanted her to leave. They were not even hearing any stories that, oh, she's 65, she's been there for 30. They were just like, nope, she has to go, she has to go. She was denied her appeal, I think twice. And then by whatever, obviously I just say it was just God's will for her. For some, out of nowhere, it just came that the last and final time that they put her appeal forward, for whatever reason, it was accepted. And from then they just granted her stay. I think they gave her like what did what do they call it, like it was kind of like a pardon, because she had been here so long. She was an old lady, to try and like uproot her from her family here to drop her back in Uganda. I mean, it wouldn't really work for her. So I just felt like she could have avoided all of this had she just put her things in order way all those years before, which also shows that a lot of people do the same thing. They come here, they're working, they just get so complacent. They're like, oh, wow, I'm working, I've got my job, I'm building my house back home. They forget the years are ticking by. Immigration to states, things are changing all the time. And before you know it, you've been in the country 40 years undocumented, right? And then your luck will run out and you'll be picked up at 70 and held in immigration center. For what reason? So that's just to say that she was lucky, but a lot of people are not lucky like that. So for me, in terms of the testimony, I feel like it was just her, she was just meant to be here, and she was just given that grace, because being denied 2 appeals, they'd already given her a date to leave the country, and then by some miracle, things just turned around for her literally at the 11th hour, and she was granted her stay in the UK. And today she has her papers, she's happy, she's fine, and she's living her life. At least now she's got that weight off her chest, because she never told anybody. She didn't ask for help, she didn't ask for assistance, she didn't even confide in anybody in the family, just to say, oh, I'm having this problem, can you direct me, can you show me the way to kind of get this thing sorted. So I think sometimes people just need to know how to speak up. And when you're able to, try and sort these things out. Even if you want to do it codedly, try and sort it out as early as you can, to be honest. So it's a big burden for your family members as well. Because I mean, when you're not expecting it, now you're helping somebody with immigration things, pulling money from all the family to support. I mean, it's not really fair, but we just did what we could do as a family, and it worked out. But it doesn't work out for everybody, so that's just my contribution.
Very true.
Hey, Sissy,
Yeah.
we miss you.
Thank you, Uncle Patrick.
Yeah,
Uncle Patrick, I
it's
thought
all
you
your fault
Uncle
concerning your
Patrick,
auntie.
I thought you said we should go straight to some. You should go straight to
No,
testimony. We should
no,
not
I'm
leave
just
each
saying
other.
it's Sissy's fault. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Thank you so
go,
much. Sissy. Please,
go
I move
ahead, Abby.
on. So I think because it's already quite late, it's already past midnight in Nigeria, and
Yeah.
obviously Dayo is here. So I've removed some of my questions just to save time, but also maybe we should do it in a way where only one person addresses each question moving forward, so that we can kind of start to wrap up, if that's okay. Except it's extremely important. I don't know, but anyway, the next question is: I pray and work hard, but I still feel stuck. No job, no progress. What is God doing? Uncle Patrick. This one I know is very common.
Yeah, people have talked about it. There's always, like the lady said, hey, whatever you are going through, that God is behind it. You know, let me bring out the way she said it. Yes, she said something which I wrote down. Mm, okay, it said God is working behind the scene. Yeah, like like a part in the First Corinthians 10:12, that each standard should take his stand lest he fall. He said, I pray and work hard, but I still feel stuck. No job, no progress. What is God doing? Pray. Ask for God's favor. People have been talking about how God, look at the testimony Sister just shared. Look at Auntie Grace's testimony. You need to ask for God's favor. And God, He said, I will have mercy upon who will have mercy upon. Sometimes it's not just prayer. You can just say, God, I'm helpless. Just have mercy on me. Yes, a man of God, I got I watched his video clip. This daughter was ahead of the daughter went to one of the best universities in America. After the first degree, went to School of Chicago, MBA. She was on top of her class. And this man is connected. But later, the man was thinking the girl was going to get a job immediately. There was no job. And this man was praying. He's a man of God. What happened? Praying. No job for her daughter. You know what? God, the man, what he did was he just lie down flat. Say, God, have mercy on me. And that's what I do most. Sometimes it might not even be your certificate. You get the certificate, which is part of it, might not be but the favor of God. He said, I will have mercy upon who have mercy upon. He said, it's not either willing nor either God that showeth mercy. He said, the race is not for the swift, not for the wise, but time and chance happen to them all. I went to Canada to one church. I'm not going to mention the church, but people I saw there like, oh, Nigerians, are these people in Canada? God just brought them. The people that you see road that you don't even think they're in abroad, like these people in Canada. Some people were, it was cold then. Nigerians were very, we are not used to cold. The kind of, some even wear maybe 20 jackets on top of their head. They're like, what is going on with these people? Do they bring you to Canada? What am I saying? It's not by power, neither by might, but by the Spirit of God. There are some cases that you have to say, God, look at Sissy's testimony about the auntie. Even after they've asked her, they've even scheduled time she will go, but miraculously. Yes. I told you I started from the floor, even here in America, but by the time I went to management, I would just look with big office, everything. Is it what I'm even struggling for? I was only the African person in that office. All of the white, Americans. But I just know these people, they don't even know. I just look at them. We are sending mail on Outlook, do everything up to the president of the company and everything. I just look at God. So their person should seek God's face. That's what I'm going to say. And that's what I talk about, about unfulfilled dream. Yes, so if that person needs to see God, Uncle Ben has shared his testimony too. That when he has to cry to God, say, God, I not come to America to come suffer when things were so tough. There will be a time, Uncle Dayo talked about it too now. When you get to a roadblock, you need to turn back to God. You're asking no job. Ask God that. Let him ask God that question. What God is doing. God, what are you doing with me? Yes, let me round up with that. Let that person ask God, God, what are you doing with me? Zeno has shared a testimony. How many testimony you want to hear? Thank God for this platform. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, Senior Pastor Patrick. Sister Biba, you said you have something to share.
Okay, yeah, Abby. Yeah, I just wanted to share. I'll probably do like two scenarios. Using like when I was back in Nigeria as an example. So, I had said that I went back after my master's. So, I got there. There were already a lot of things. Oh, go see this person, go see that person to get a job. And these were people that were, you would expect that if you had a connection to a CEO, you would definitely get a job. Somehow, all those things didn't work out. And then in between, I got pregnant and had my first kid. Now, at that point, I just had to, I was prayed, I was putting all the applications, the people, uncles, parents, connections, talking to people, but nothing was coming through. So at that point, I just had to look back and look at my skills and I had to ask myself, what could I do? So that was when I started my own business in Nigeria. And I did that for a long time. You're right, even until I came to Canada. So, sometimes it may just be you're trying to do something over and over and over and over again, but probably God is trying to make you look at something else that He's put in you. Because what I was able to do was not, it was just based on skills and interests that I had. I started doing things with like websites. I started doing like digital marketing and things. And that's how I was able, it even helped me over my childbearing. And when my kids were much younger, I was home with them. I was working from home. And then also like coming, if you're looking at it as someone who is abroad, right? You may be thinking, oh, you're applying for like office jobs or you're applying for this, or maybe it's just like, oh, you just want to be an accountant, you want to be an accountant, but maybe God is leading you to something else, Like for me, I came here and it was like, okay, because I have an IT background, I could do something in tech. Because I was already doing something in digital marketing, I could look for marketing jobs. I could do that. When I was a student in the UK, I worked call center jobs. I had customer service experience as well during my NYC. I could do customer service, right? So it's not constantly, maybe it's a situation when someone is you're just trying, it's like you're knocking on one door, knocking on one door, knocking on one door, and it's not opening. And there's several other things that you could try. And maybe God is just telling you, like, my child, I've put so much in you. Maybe you need to look at something else or discover something else that you could do. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Sister Biba. You're right. Okay, I'm going to go to the next question, which is should we do this question? Let's do the next one. How do I rebuild my faith after feeling disappointed in God? Uncle Patrick. How do I rebuild my faith after feeling disappointed in God?
It's all over again now. Yeah. Go back to God again.
Can you hear me?
Repent. God again. Repent. Tell God you are sorry. Let me, before that, the sister that just spoke said something which I wanted to talk about. Say maybe God has deposited a lot of things in you. There's a lady pastor that I know in the big church I was attending before. She's white, but she's married to a black guy. She says, she's so smart. She has a master in theology, and she has, managed different departments in her church. So, but she's not pastor in this church. She said she went for counseling on one to see one man. She said she was confused on what to do then. A white-bearded American. And when she went to the man, the man counselor looked at her and said, "You stink." So she was, "What do you mean by I stink?" And the counselor said, "I meant you stink because you have a lot of things in you that you need to pour out. That's why you stink. A lot of knowledge that you have acquired that you need to, some of us, even when we come abroad, when you go to school, when you go to any school, you excel. And people will look at you and say, this guy with accents, getting 100, getting A's. That's why you begin to look at yourself. You have something in you. Like that Sister B said, that you need to use, you can do many things. And that's where, I don't know, let me give an example. Whenever I want to do something, people will say you can do, but I'll still be afraid. I'm not sure. But when I do this, this man, what kind of brain do you have? This is 100%, but in me, I'm still afraid. I can't do it. So many of us has gotten a lot of virtue in us that we are not using. And like I said, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but love and power and sound mind. We need to renew our mind. That wherever we go to, you see somebody will just open African shop, and that shop will be booming. And people will be bringing, somebody that doesn't even have enough money, people will be bringing good. Before you know, the African shop, the African store will be full. Maybe let me give you an example, sorry to take your time. Another testimony. I was doing one job one time, and a lady she could not even speak English. Called me, say, please, Patrick, cannot give her a ride. It was even third shift then, that she can't drive in the snow. I said, I now say, give you a ride. Let me tell my wife. My wife does, okay. They live in a very big house. I'll go and pick her. So now she was not telling, she's from Congo. She was not telling me she has a big supermarket. But during the war, everything was pulled down. She just gave birth. They gave birth to twins. They came from the hospital down to run away with the little kids. The husband was a pastor carrying this thing. They went to the rebel. They saw that. I said, Pastor, we know you. Go. The people behind they carried the people behind them. So I was speaking that lady. The lady said she will never forget me in her life. Abby.
Yes, Uncle.
The lady has the biggest store in my city now.
Wow.
The biggest African store. My wife called me that during snow that she want to eat okra. I said, let me go there. There's a lady, my daughter went to a lady, let me go to the store and see. When I got to the store, I was looking for okra. As soon as the lady just said, this is the man. I was scared. This is the man. People just came from Congo that want to buy. He said, this is the Patrick I'm talking about. I said, what? He said, this is my store. Abby, I repented. So what am I doing in America? This lady, the biggest store, everything she lost there's a duplicate here in America. I say the biggest store that the state has to do every certified, the feed long. What are we talking about? So this is what do I rebuild? How do I rebuild my faith after disappointment in God? Go back to God in prayer. God will not cast you away now. Go back to him. It's between you and your God. The Bible says over the heaven will rejoice over one soul. Yes. And the Bible says whoever has a sheep of 100 and one God lost, by the time you find that one, God will, at the owner of this will rejoice. I say, just like prodigal son now. The examples are, go back to God. I am not good. Go back to God and repent genuinely and say, the heaven will rejoice over you. Who am I? Heaven will rejoice over you that you even came back. God will help us. Like the problem with we now,
May I add
Africans,
something?
that we are so religious. Africa, we are sorry. God is
If I may add
faithful.
something, Abby.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Yes, sir.
Now,
Go ahead.
I just want to add to what Uncle Patrick just said. The thing is that many times when we feel disappointed in God, it is because we want to carry God by ourselves. We don't want God to carry us. We are always ahead of God. The testimony that Sister Biba shared and the testimony that came before that one shows clearly that God has his own time for everything. The only time we human get disappointed in God is if we are not working by his timing or we don't understand what God is saying. If you are praying, even silence from God is an answer. You're asking God, God, I need this. Do this for me. I want it now. The Bible says that God created time and step out of time. God is not controlled by time. He was the one that created time, but he himself has stepped out of time. So that's why he said, your ways are not my ways, neither are my thoughts your thoughts. Because as the earth is far from the sky, so also are my thoughts far from yours. We want God to do things for us now. We are always asking God, God, do it now. We are always giving God time. But God's timing is always different from our own. We must learn to understand how God moves. And we must learn to be patient with God. He makes everything beautiful at his own time, not at your own time. God may not show up when you need it, but you can be sure he will always show up on time. I will repeat that. God may not show up when you need him, but you can be rest assured he will always show up on time. And that time is his own time. So that is why when you say you are disappointed in God, a lot of factors matter. Is the fact that you are not patient or you are not aligning your will with God's will. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle Dayo. Zeno, go ahead. Zeno,
Honestly, we can go to the next question. It's fine.
are you sure? There's no other question. That was the last question.
Oh, okay. I guess from my own perspective, I think we sometimes for again, you guys can correct me. This is just me speaking from my relationship with God. There's certain times where we go through really hard things and you feel disappointed. It doesn't mean that you don't necessarily know that God is God. It doesn't mean that you don't trust God. But it's okay to not feel happy. Job didn't always feel great when all of the things that was happening to him was happening, but he knew that God was God. He knew that God had a reason. However, your trust has to be rebuilt, that I have to believe that if something is happening to me, it's happening to me because God has allowed it. And if God has allowed it, God has also told me that everything that He's going to do for me will be good. It might not feel good, but it's for my own good, right? But if I don't have that understanding and I lack that relationship with Him, I won't understand in that moment. So I think it also depends on your relationship with God and how far you now know Him. Because if you tell something that they tell us every time in like ministry school, don't ever promise anybody that when they give their life to Christ, everything becomes easy, because that's not true. It becomes hard because now you have convictions and now you have to say no to things that you easily would have said yes to. So in those moments, if someone is saying no and it's really hard, or they say yes, we don't condemn them because they don't understand why. There are certain things that I'm convicted by that my friend that might be a Christian might not be convicted by, but that's because our relationship with God is at different levels. So if someone is coming to you and saying, I don't necessarily trust God right now, I think we need to be empathetic and ask them questions. Where are you coming from? And I agree with everything that you guys said, that sometimes we're not patient enough and we want God to do things the way we want Him to do it. And we don't necessarily understand that something might not be good for us in that moment. And that's why God is trying to save it. He says He's a good father and He doesn't give stone to His children, right? He gives us bread instead. But if I don't know that, and I just feel like I give my life to Christ and everything's supposed to be easy and it's not adding up to what I thought it was, I have every right to feel disappointed. I just need someone to explain to me, and I also need God to reveal to me that that's not who He is or that's not what He is. Same, whenever I went through all of the issues I went through, it was hard, but I had to keep going back to the testimonies and the victories that I have gotten, and that's what kept me grounded. So I think in that moment, you need to ask this person or these people that are having these questions, how has God shown up for you? What can you hold on to right now? It might not look great, but what can you hold on to? What truths do you know? What things have come to pass in your life that you can hold on to right now while God is doing what he needs to do for the next season? Anyway, that's it.
Thank you, Zena. So, Uncle Dayo, I was wondering if you have any last words, because I understand that it's quite late in Nigeria already. It's past midnight and we're about to end anyway. So I want to give you the floor for your last words and we could end.
To add to what Zeno just said now. Yeah. Zeno said something very, very vital, and I think we have to talk about it before we move on. Number one, your relationship with God. You must understand the pattern of God's way. Let me explain. If you have just given your life to God as a Christian, even before you pray, God will be there for you. That is when you will enjoy God so much, because you just giving your life to Him. He wants to convince you, He wants to show you that He loves you. He wants to let you know that He has got you and that has got your back. That very first stage of your Christian life, as a new convert, things will be easy. God will be taking care of you. Even before you say, Father, I need this, He has already given it to you. Just like when you newly have a baby, when your baby is asking you for biscuit, asking you for sweet, as a father or as a parent, you'll be giving it to that child. But it will get to a stage whereby God will now want to train you up as a child. You will pray, and it's not as if He's telling you no, but He's trying to teach you how to work with Him. You know that if He cannot give you that thing, but you want to see if you can depend on Him based on your testimonies of the past. Maybe I've prayed to God before and God did this for me. Just like my sister was just saying, just like Zeno was just saying, that you must have something to hold on to as a Christian. God allows every child of His to be able to hold on to 2 or 3 testimonies that when I pray, God answer my prayer. So you have that as an experience in your kitty. So when you're not facing challenges that you pray, you're not getting answer from God, something in you will tell you, but God is good. He has done this for me before. So it's a training process for every child of God must pass through it. There will be a time that you'll be prayed to God. It will be as if God is silent, as if everyone is silent, as if God is not hearing you. He has heard you. And there are times that when you pray and God will just keep quiet, that silence also means something. God answered to you saying, okay, go ahead, or I've answered you. Or there are times that you may even pray and God said, I've heard you. Him hearing you does not say that He's going to give you the next minute. It may take months, it may take weeks, it may take years, but He has heard you. So all these things, we need to understand that about God. God is not like a magician that will just say, abracadabra, take. He uses every miracle, every testimony, now everybody is giving testimony. Now, if you notice that everybody that gives testimony, they were talking from experience, how God dealt with them, how God took them through this. When they think that it's not actually them, it's actually led them to do something else. When they think that it's not on their side, it's actually doing something behind the scene, as Uncle Patrick correctly pointed out from that lady's video. So all these things are experiences that Christians must know. So when you pray to God and it seems as if you are not getting answers, don't give up on Him. He's doing something behind the scene. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Dayo.
Abby, can I say something?
$100.
Eh? Abby.
Uncle Bear, go ahead.
Abby, you don't sell word of God, Abby. Okay. I just wanted to chip in. Thank you, Biba and Zeno, for your amazing contribution. I miss when Sisi was in the studio. I was actually going up and down. If I tell you now how many places I don't be during this show, when I don't go believe them. But thank you, Zeno. Thank you, Biba. In fact, I love your voice, Biba. It's so sweet. Thank you very much. I just wanted to add to this question on the banner that says, how do I rebuild my faith after feeling disappointed in God? Now, I think this is where a lot of Christians have challenges. And just like Uncle Dayo just mentioned right now, I think many Christians believe that God works like a magician. Like, as soon as I pray, bam, it's just going to happen. Now we have a powerful God, an omnipotent, omnipresent God that he can actually make it happen at that very minute that you prayed. But something I've learned over the years, since 1998, when I gave my life to Christ, I've been observing my own personal relationship with God. And I got to a point where I get to realize that as soon as you pray to God, first off, God knew those your heart desires before you even open your mouth to pray. But as soon as you pray to God, if you have the faith, I don't know about how some people operate with their faith, but like my own type of faith, when I pray once, I hardly pray the same prayer second time. Because when I prayed once, I do believe that my Father in heaven has listened and he's working on it. And over the years, I've come to realize that when God wants to give you anything at all, he wants to give it to you permanently. He doesn't do, say, half full, half empty. Or how do they describe that adage? The cup is half empty or is half full. My God don't do that. The God that I know, he doesn't work like that. Once God sets in motion, he will begin to lay the foundation of whatever miracle he wants to perfect in your life. And that's why as soon as God perfected what he wants to do and he gives you the blessing, it is usually permanent. So Christians often lose faith as soon as they feel like, oh, I don't pray, this thing don't even work, it don't even work, God is not listening. And sometimes I always ask, like, okay, you've prayed to God. Do you want to force his hand to do the miracle? Why don't you just pray and allow him to take over? Just leave it to him. Let him take over. And that's why I put this Bible verse on the screen right now. This is one of my favorite biblical verse. I know they play with them at all. And I learned this Bible verse from my mom. My mom don't go to school. My mom can't even read. But every time she want me personally read Bible to her, and this is one of her favorite verses, and I pick it from my mom. This Isaiah 40:31. He says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. This right here is a very, very strong Bible verse that for me, it works 100% of the time. So when you hope on God, when you believe God for something, my sister, my brother, just believe that God have set himself on motion to make that happen. Now, God knows the best. Sometimes what we are asking for might actually be what will put us in danger. And God wants to protect us. Sometimes God will not answer some prayer. Maybe just, I don't know, it might sound tough or maybe insensitive, but this is just how my own faith works. I do believe that sometimes God don't answer some prayers because God know what that prayer might lead to in future. And that is why I always say this, another strong prayer point of mine. When I want to do something, I will say, Baba, if this thing will be good for me, make it happen. But if this thing will cause me problem in future, if I will have to turn around and blame you for making this happen, Baba, no let them happen. So for those who might feeling that because of one disappointment, they lost faith in God, I don't think that is the right stand you should have. Rather, ask God to take control and ask God to execute whatever you pray for according to his wishes and his will. He is the omnipresent God. He knows it all. That's all I wanted to add to it. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. Oh, thank you for that. What an amazing Sunday school session we had today. I'm going to Sister Biba, do you have any closing words for us for today's Sunday school as we end?
Okay. Thank you, Abby. Yeah, just it's been a really amazing one, learning from everyone's experiences and, the drawing lessons about how we should depend on God. And, just in summary, it's just really important to look to God for direction, to get direction from God in everything that we're doing in our lives, and also to understand that there would you will have seasons of waiting and not to give up on God. Just hold on to God through it all. And in a new environment, you still need to make sure that you are willing to adapt. You make sure you do your research, you go in willing to adapt. Also, just surround yourself with good people that you can learn from. And in everything, you're abroad and you have all the amenities, but still please hold on to God and still maintain that relationship with God. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, sis, and have an amazing week ahead.
Thanks, Abby. Good night and wish you the same.
Thank you, Biba. Please, Biba,
Thank you, Uncle
according
Ben.
I love sweet voices. So, and stop tricking me. You tricked me. I almost mistook you as Gen Z. Eh?
Oh, I'm almost Gen Z now. Almost.
No, you're not
Almost.
Gen Z.
Almost.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Uncle Ben.
Okay, Uncle Dio, your last words, please, sir.
Uncle
Okay.
Dayo is
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. I'm here. Anyway, I just want to say a wonderful show once again. I want to employ all of us that are listening now, or maybe that may be listening or watching later. Please let us learn how to walk with God. Walking with God takes experience because it says that faith come by hearing and hearing by the word of God. If you are not studying the word of God as a Christian, you are doing yourself a very, very bad thing because the Bible is like the manual. The Bible is the direction. The Bible is the map for our life that God Himself has given us. In that Bible contains everything that we need to know that will take us from this earth into glory. Everything that we need to know about this our God that we believe so much in that we have never seen physically. That Bible, if you don't study it to know His plans, His purposes, His wills, His ways. The Bible says that the children of Israel, they know the works of God, but Moses knows His ways. They don't know the way of God, but they know the works of God because God have done a lot of miracles and they've seen it. But Moses knows the ways of God. As a Christian, you must know the ways of God. Don't just walk with God only based on His miracles or testimonies of His miracles in your life, of His wonders. Know the ways of God, because if you know the ways of God, most of this problem that we're having, like the last question that we treated, you will not even consider it because you know that no, God moves this way. You will understand why He's moving that way. Then you will not, there will be not like being disappointed in God in the first place because you already know His ways. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uncle Dio. Have an amazing week ahead, sir. Thank you for Sunday school today. See you later.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, sir. Uncle Patrick, Senior Pastor, sir. What are your closing words?
Hallelujah.
Amen.
This has been another amazing Sunday school. I want to appreciate everyone that's contributed. Zeno, she's an amazing sister. Zeno will find a way to meet. Since we're in America, we could be.
Uncle Patrick, I charge over people meeting my bestie. I charge money. You want to meet my bestie.
Abby
You
is
pay
jealous.
agency fee.
Abby, you are my daughter now.
But you
Jealousy.
that's even more expensive because you will pay surcharge for being my daddy.
Zeno, Abby is jealous. These are wonderful people. Is it Bina or the other sister?
Sister Biba.
Biba. Oh, the other sister that spoke from England to Auntie Grace. Sissy, Where's Honey Babe? I just thought of Honey Babe now. Wow, this is an amazing Sunday school. Uncle Ben, this direction God is taking us to. I
uh,
don't know.
mm. Uncle Patrick, you see what CC shared now. Sisi said, can we do a session of studying and reading the Bible? I really struggle with this. We plenty for that WhatsApp group of people where they weak when it comes to reading the Bible. So I support.
We need to use the Bible. The Bible app is anyway. That show will try and set it up out. I'm
I
very good
know.
at this.
Don't worry. We have resources that will help us. You know, the Bible said those that know that God will do exploits. And you know, life is in phases. Uncle Ben can bear me witness. You know, if you are not married, you want to marry, it's another phase. Once you marry and start having children, that's going to be another phase. By the time the children grow, it's going to be another phase. By the time you go to college, when you're on your own, like I am on my own now, and everything with age. In your 50, as in my 60 now, it's a different ball game. But in all, God has been faithful, I must tell you. You know, when I came to this country, there are a lot of things that got me scared. Number one, I don't want to be homeless. That is my first priority. Maybe Uncle Ben can relate with that. I don't want to be homeless. Number two, how will my children go to college? You know, it is when you are earning big money that you are thinking of big money, college fund, and all those things be dropping. But when you are struggling, you know what I mean? But God has been faithful. God will always give you direction how to do it. Those of us that are not married, God will provide for us good wife, good husband. That by the time you begin to have children, you say, I didn't even know. But God has always been faithful. Yes. So let's hold on to our God. Don't let us be overwhelmed with fear. We know things will come up that is going to be stressful. But let's stand. The Bible says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord will deliver them of all. Of all. And the scripture says, when the Lord turned the captive of Zion, they were like them that dream. And they said, God has put laughter in our mouths. There are things that God will do, you just be crying. That's the tear of joy. And one thing I do, let me round up with this. I'm always very positive. The word that comes from your mouth goes a long way. Yes. You know, the Bible says the children God has given to us are for signs and wonder. Once you have children, prophesy goodness into them. My children will not suffer. I will not suffer. Don't be like those people that be living in one apartment or be driving one ragged car in America. And they want to go and build my. I'm not saying you shouldn't build that in Nigeria. Where you are, enjoy yourself first. Life has no duplicates. Give the best to your family. Not only you, when they are sharing testimony, come out and share testimony too. It's when you allow negative thought, that's when you begin to talk about regrets. You know, many people, even they are married, they didn't even know how to survive. They are even say, some people say, am I marrying the wrong person? Which kind of life be this? But before you know it, God will just intervene. They will work everything out. I'm going to tell you, 80% of people are saying, is this the will of God for me? Uncle Ben can bear me witness. When there are big challenges, it's like this woman, I don't understand. This man, but God, through faces, you now look at, is this my wife? This same my wife before that was saying, this is not the will of God, but God has. So if you have come to abroad, I believe in my heart, many people that come are divine. So it's now left to the life you live. If your life is full of lies, you are deceiving yourself. Uncle Ben can bear me witness. People can be deceiving themselves in America too. If you are living shady life, you are posing to Nigeria to let them feel, okay, you are a millionaire in Nigeria. You are not facing your business. You are kidding yourself. I'm serious. Even as a Christian, yes, you are kidding yourself. Be open. Let me round up. The Bible says Jesus was going about doing good. Be good to people. It is what you sow that you will reap. When you are hiding, there is opening in your place of job, and some of your people from your country need job. You didn't want to give them, tell them, you're telling them, say, I don't want any Nigeria, I don't want any Zambia to come to work with. But are you the one that owns the job? When they fire you now, say, God, I don't understand the way I'm living. No. Live good, be open to people, be nice, love people. If you are a Christian, you are not compassionate, you don't have empathy, you are not a Christian. The only thing you want, you, me. No. You should grow more than that. I'm serious. Me. Look at Uncle Dayo now. Are we giving Uncle Dayo money? This is after 1-1. He's still online talking to us. Yes. It's not by money, but what she's giving out. He's giving out. God will help us in Jesus' name. Don't let our life to be full with regrets. You can't be in abroad, be regretting. For how long? You don't see Uncle Ben. Despite his business, my brother, they go enjoy himself. Oh. God will help us in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Uncle Patrick. I hope you have an amazing week
Thank
ahead.
you, Abby. We appreciate
For
you.
all you do, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Say hi to your dad. Let me greet him.
I will. Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Oh, wow. Abby, this is so powerful. You see, our God is a miracle working God, and I don't even know we're going to have all the testimonies we have today or the contribution. I don't know. Honestly speaking, when Uncle Patrick created the Sunday school group for coordination and all of that, I usually just see the message and then I will skip it and do something else. I was not even paying attention that, oh, maybe you were trying to ask me how it was going to go down. All my mind was that, oh, Abby and Uncle Patrick and Uncle Dio, now then they do Sunday school, make me, I just join, make I get blessed too. So, and surprisingly, this week has been one hectic week for me, you know, family demands, work and everything. And then yesterday, there's this big party here in Austin, Enyibas People's Club. They were having their induction. It's a very big party, but I don't know why I was so weak. I didn't go, but my wife went, carry her motor. She went there, and then by the time she came back, I think she returned around 2 a.m. because our time kind of rolled back yesterday. Then she came back in Uber and she told me, babe, I don't know what happened. Did you know I when I was about coming back, I started my vehicle and I got this notification from the car, and then she showed me, and the car was telling her, oh, take the vehicle to dealer, do not engage transmission. I say, wait till be this one again now. And I'm like, are you sure you left your car? She say, the car did there. I say, oh God, wait till be this now. You know, women now they behave. So I automatically know that this is gonna be my own problem today now to go and get this car fixed. And you see all these electric cars, they piss me off. I'm sorry. I am old school. I prefer my old manual vehicles because manual vehicles, they're not going to stop you. You will find a way to drive them. But you see, these electric vehicles, they are too much. And our own is Benz. So I'm like, babe, you know, I told you I don't like Mercedes Benz. You see the wala where you carry come now. Which one be say motor they tell you may you know engage transmission again. So all my thoughts today, and you know, your baby girl don't start work. So she to go walk. The whole thing was just like a kind of mess.
Overwhelming.
I now said, okay, after church today, we'll see how to fix the vehicle. So when it was time for Sunday school, I saw the announcement you made at the backstage that Sunday school will be in 2 hours. So I'm like, oh, in 2 hours I'll join Sunday school. So, but then I was in bed. I don't even go church self. When I just think about it, I just make when I leave me, I know they go church. When I just leave me, I go pray to God. God go here. May God forgive me. Anyway, at the time when I was heading to the hotel where she left the vehicle, people are already waiting. Uncle Dio and Uncle Patty, they're already waiting. And I just, something just say, make I even check if Sunday school is on. So I went to YouTube and I noticed that the show is not live. Then I came back and checked and I saw Uncle Dio and Uncle Patrick, they were exchanging messages and they were like, they are waiting for either you or me to start the show. And I told my wife that, hey, while I don't do, and I already left home. Then I remember that, oh, I can actually go live with my phone. That's how I just started. So first of all, I wanted to I was discouraged, like, oh, this one where I'll take phone start. All the materials where Uncle Patrick don't already share for the show. How will I do it now? My spirit just said, okay, just go ahead and start. And then I'm like, this is unlike Abby. At least if Abby won't be available, Abby will like this. Something is not right here. What is going on? So with faith, I just started the show with my phone and see where we are now. And it tells me that when God is involved in a project, he always work a way out. And I think somehow a lot of people will be blessed with today's Sunday school. Me, I'm blessed personally because at least today now, I heard Sister Tonia speak for the first time. I heard my baby girl Bilba. She spoke for the first time on this platform too. You see how God works?
Actually, it's the second time, Uncle Ben.
Second time?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not keeping record though. Hey. Anyway, Auntie Grace, even Auntie Grace and now 9 p.m. they be Auntie Grace bedtime. Even Auntie Grace called in. You see how God works. So I want to thank you especially, Abby, for at least committing yourself to do this with Uncle Patrick, with Uncle Dio. I want you to know we don't take this for granted. And I want to apologize for not getting in touch with you. No verse. You see the way I roll in, even in business, I'm good at working with team members. So my thing is, once I set everything up and I believe in the people I gave the tax to, I know they bother myself, say, oh, maybe they're not going to do it well. Unless if one or two of them are lagging, that's when I start bothering myself. So my mind just they made up, say, you know what? Sunday school is not my job. Abby, okay, there to make it happen. So I want to apologize to everybody who came in earlier and we didn't start on time. Please pardon us. This Sunday school section to me is more important than any other thing we are doing on this platform. I'm a Christian. I no get front, I no get back. I always call myself, say I'll be white cloth. I no get one babalawo where I go call or anything. I always do with God. And as soon as anything is involving God, I know very well that my coconut head must correct. I don't mess with God's project. So this particular Sunday school, for me, I see it as God's project. This is not UB. This is not real farm thing. This is just God's project. God just want to use us. Everybody that participates, God just want to use you to send a message to someone somewhere who might needs it. And let me also announce that with today's Sunday school, as at the time we are starting this show, we have how many subscribers we have when we were starting. Make I check. By the time we were starting, our subscriber count was 13,664. 13,064. Sorry. Now we have 13,072, meaning about 8 people subscribe to the channel during this broadcast. So that is God at work. So I just want to sincerely thank everybody for being part of it. Just know that this is one of the ways you give back to God. Our God know they collect money. May we know this for ourselves. God know they collect money. Our car, our everything, even if we offer it to God. I know see where they say God they collect something from human beekeeper somewhere. This is what I know God collects. Evangelism. Teaching people, sharing with people so they can come back to him. I am not an evangelist. I am not I don't even know what I be said when it comes to church. I just know say they go church. They go church. One time I tried to they put me for choir. Then after 2 choir practice, the choir master takes time remove me. My voice did terrible. So I be no laugh me. I'm just being sincere. So I knew that I'm not really good at many areas of the church that people are working. But where I know say I did good be saying, I still remember back in Nigeria, if we are doing a church project, sometimes they go bring drop block, and pastor fit just announce for Sunday, say, oh, this block, the youth, we want to move the block from this side to this side. I'm good at that. Only me go carry my leg, come walk. And then I'm good at let me do God's work by at least helping people in need. I don't care whether, even if na 1,000 or even if na $2. Sometimes I go ATM. I go withdraw money. Sometimes I go cash money, if you enter bank, go change it to $1. So that when I drive past some area, when those people where they need help, I will just share for them. For me, that is how I believe that I'm working for God. And then when we started this channel now, and somehow God used Chucky or 4 people to say, oh, let's turn this thing to Sunday school.
Of
And we started
all people,
Abby, of 4 people, Chucky.
Troublemaker is who God used.
So I just feel like, oh, wait, hold on. It's like God also wants to do his own work with this Sunday school. And remember, I said something here before, that when God puts you on a mission, God will provide the resources. Remember, I've said that before, Abby?
Yes, sir.
I used to say it. When God put you on a mission, forget, God will supply the people who will do the job. I made an example about this particular channel. Not in my widest dream did I ever see myself being a podcaster or hosting a show, turn on camera. Have you listened to my accent? Even me, I go do playback. I will listen to myself talk and I will say, blood of Zachariah. How do people endure listening to me? But then it clicked. First, God brought Sissy. Even though Nagbas me, Sissy takes that of our friendship. Then Honey Babe. Then other people are coming. Then many people are coming. And all the people that are coming in, these people speaks good. Like you can literally tell that, no. They are good. Academically, professionally, accent, everything, they are way, way far better. At the point I had a meeting with my staff, I called Simbi, B-Flex, Tosi. I told them during one of our meetings, listen, this thing that I'm doing, I have no clue what I'm doing. No. I just the rough farm. But I'm beginning to see how God is taking control. God is already sending people to hold it down. And I'm beginning to see it. Whenever people call in on our program, one no stress on ourselves, say, una won't even talk. Allow them to talk, because these are the people that have the voice, they have the intonation, they got the grammar, they get everything. So I told them, my staff were laughing. They said, I said, look, I know they passed my boundary. My grammar, if you murder people, some of the things you have not noticed is that I'm a very, very bold person. May God forgive me. I did bold. As I did like this, you put me in front of Donald Trump, I go talk. I have to tell myself that the reason people sometimes don't pay attention to my blunder or something is because I'm very bold. But that does not mean I should take it for granted. So I am saying this for you guys to know that no matter where you are, based on today's message, regrets and unfulfilled dreams, when God is involved, God will send resources. When God is involved, God will send the people who will deliver that project. When I started encountering Uncle Patrick from Obodo Yimbo TV all the way to Man of Brexit, all the way to this place, there is something about Uncle Patrick. When he talks, you can tell that this Baba no sound like regular àwọn Baba tó mu bíà, Baba where they do rough life or something. When Uncle Patrick talk, you can feel it that this voice sounds like somebody you should listen to. So as soon as Chucky say, hey, Beno, I think this should be Sunday school, my mind just go bam. I think this is Uncle Patrick. Then when Uncle Dayo speaks, you can tell that maturity is talking. It's not like us. Me, man, I don't even count me join because me, I don't even know where I belong right now. My coconut head too much. But when Uncle Dayo speak too, you can tell that there's something unique about how he speaks. So as soon as I started on the school, I'm just like, nope, not me. Hey, I can't even host on the school. Me, where I know they remember Bible verse. Me, where we say, now all the bass verses where the Bible now I sabi pass, like Psalm 35. Oh wow, to me. So I just said, Lord, I don't know what you want to do with this Sunday school. It's not a popular YouTube thing. People really don't like watching people, especially we where we don't even get plenty subscribers. But then it thought keep occurring in my head that, do you know what God wants to do with this Sunday school? Do you know what he wants to do? The resources are there. People who are willing to share, who are willing to teach are there. That's why I even found out that Uncle Patrick is a pastor. So I'm just like, you know what? I wash my hand off. Oh, this one passed my pay grade. And then miraculously, God brought Abby. Abby, that the first time Abby came here, Abby said, me, I'm a feminist. I almost want to jump out of my studio. That they say, Nibola Jasi. The first time Abby will call on this show, Abby say, I'm a feminist. I'm like blood of Zachariah. Femi what? My bad gone. But after I listened to Abby for her, I'm like, oh my God, feminist we will go. Oh my God, feminist in Kokon. He's just being pure. She's just being articulate, expressing her mind and all that. Then, as this Sunday school, I'm just like, you know what? I think Abby will be somebody who is well equipped and better to handle it. It's not me at all. I really can't do this. So I just want to share this with everybody who might thinking that, okay, how did you guys started this Sunday school? What is really going on? This is God's project, and I think God supplied the people who can handle it. The first time Sister Sue called on this show and shared testimony, I was blown away. You remember that, Abby?
Powerful.
I was blown away. So please, whenever you see us going live on Sunday school, even if you cannot join us during the week on many of our long shows, please don't miss the Sunday school. Sometimes this might be, God might want to communicate something to you through the Sunday school. So thank you, everybody. Over to you, Abby. I have one more announcement, but over to you, Abby, first.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding today. I didn't realize that you had left it to me. I was still waiting for your what's the word? For your go ahead, pretty much.
Okay, go ahead. Go where?
If I knew, I wouldn't have. I just thought what's going on. Anyway, real fam, last week I started a little segment where we have a couple Bible passages for the week. So time to screenshots. The first one is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So that is Jeremiah 29:11. I hope everyone has screenshots. The next verse for the week is Romans 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8, verse 28. And the third one is Joel 2, verse 25. I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten, the great locust and the young locust, the other locust and the locust swarm, my great army that I sent among you. Joel 2, 20, Joel 2:25. The next one is Psalm 37, verse 7. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Psalm 37, verse 7. The next one is Philippians 1, verse 6. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Philippians 1, verse 6. And then the final one is Philippians 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Thank you. So I hope everybody screenshot that and just carry it along with you through the week. And yeah, that is all. Dr. Ben.
Should we say clock it?
I don't know if clock it is part of the word of God, so I'm going to say amen.
Okay. Make una no clock anything. No.
We are going to say amen is the Christian version of clock it.
Oh, hi. So clock it. Amen.
Amen is the amen.
Oh, Abby. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just make this announcement real quick and we'll be out of here. Just to set the mood for the week for all refarms to know what we are expecting. Give me just 1 second. All right. So this week on UB and the Real Farm, we have Fire on the Mountain. Where is this thing, Seth? I define. Okay, I found it. We have Fire on the Mountain. So this week on the Real Farm, this is what we're going to focus on mostly. You know, we have a couple of shows here. First, we have UB, Hang Out with UB. That is our most popular show where we bring topics and then we discuss it while Real Farm, we hang out together. We also have Clan Meeting where we look at some sensitive, critical issues in our society, and then we bring it to the platform and everybody contributes. In fact, we have one Clan Meeting that we are yet to host. Hopefully we can do it this week, and that is our reaction to Love in Everywhere. We haven't reacted to the second movie. So can we do that this week, Abby?
Yes, we can, Uncle Ben. We also have TSC this week.
Yeah, TSC is Thursdays. Everybody know TSC is Thursday, right?
Yes, TSC is Thursday. So we have quite a packed week. So yeah.
So
we
this
can
week
do that
is
this week as well. Yeah.
This week is loaded. So we have TSC, TSI sister. So TSC, the sister circle, we have it this week on Thursday. We of course almost every day we have hangout with Uncle UB if time permit. So we're gonna have Clan Meeting where we're gonna react to Love in Every Word. I don't know which day we'll put it. I will reach out to Real Fam. We were just waiting for all members of Real Fam to have seen the movie before we do the reaction. Me, I have a lot of reservation as far as that movie is concerned. So the Bass Bros is loading. Also, we have a segment. This is a very different segment. It's called Political Roundtable. That is where I react to some of the political issues we got going on. I usually, Uncle Dayo hangs out with me, and now we are getting more brothers who are interested in discussing politics, as well as many sisters who are interested in politics that are going to hang out with me. So this week, on Political Roundtable, I like to do Political Roundtable earlier than our scheduled time. Usually I go live around 9 or 10 in the morning. It runs for at least 2 hours. So if you can join or if you can listen, that is good. But this week, our Political Roundtable, we focus on what you see on the screen right now. Will Nigeria survive Trump intervention? Oniha, Wala is coming. Will Nigeria survive Trump intervention? Talking points: Muslim ticket backfires. I will explain. I will link them up during our show. Another talking point: Tinubu administration in trouble. Another talking point: Nigerian pastor defy odds to fight for Christians. Another talking point: panic hits Nigerian terror groups. This topic is not a very easy topic. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be well loaded. And at the same time, it's a very, very sensitive topic. I struggled last night after the news broke that President Trump says he is going to order Pentagon to start military preparation in order to invade Nigeria, because the Christians in Nigeria are experiencing genocide, that they are killing Nigerian Christians in their numbers. As soon as it became a news, everywhere now is on fire, to be candid. I also published a video on my IG where I said, Nigeria don't buy market. And I'm not joking. With this thing, it be like Nigeria don't finally buy market. So if you have time to join us on this political show, please, we need your voice. We
When is
need
this one?
wisdom
Tomorrow?
right now. Tomorrow is Monday, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will see. I don't know if I can start it tomorrow yet, but if I can, I will. I have one big task ahead of me tomorrow. I have to go call to vehicle to go to my wife's car so we can take it to Mercedes-Benz factory for them to check it, whatever is happening. So I don't know how long that will take me, but if I can do that before 9-10, I will start this conversation tomorrow. And it's very important that people learn their voices. We have a bigger problem on our hands. Ever since Nigeria has gained independence, there has never been any time America single-handedly announced that they're going to come to Nigeria and put boots on the ground. We that we live in the diaspora, don't listen to people in Nigeria. They don't know Jacko. Majority of them that you see on Twitter and social media that are talking jazz, right? And they don't know nothing. This one heavy. I'm serious. Have you seen any country where America put boots on the ground fighting terror, and that country recover easily?
Hey,
and some of the bigger questions we should be asking ourselves right now: how did we get to this point? How can Nigerian politicians, the leaders, all the past presidents, how can they perform so woefully that we are now at a point that we have offered American a perfect opportunity to put boots on ground in Nigeria? Do Nigerians even know what that means at all? So we have a big conversation ahead of us. Why I've seen a lot of people on social media today in Nigeria. Many of them are saying, yes, this is too much. Let America come. Yes, let them collect. And I shake my head like, hey, listen. Yes, the leadership have failed us. Boko Haram and other terror groups, they have really done shaggy. Yes, Christians are being unalive in their numbers. But recently, even the Muslims have been unalive too. But as much as I would say, yes, let America come and help us drive these guys out of the country. If you look at American history, hey, Abby,
it's not that straightforward.
Hey.
Country has to come.
To even make it worse, Nigeria is one of the largest oil producing country. Whoa, Hey, I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. I struggle. Last night I was just thinking like, if this really happened, are we still going to have a country?
It should be remaining only RIA. RIA. Why does CC think it will not happen?
CC said Trump is just talking. Hey,
Hey.
CC. CC. Okay, these are the conversation we're gonna have anyway. So everybody do your research, be ready. But CC, just to give you a quick, just bird eye view of what's going on, how American politics is played out at times. You see, American have been hearing this killing, shooting, and everything about Boko Haram for how long now? I think Boko Haram started during Goodluck Jonathan, Abi, or towards the end of Goodluck Jonathan's administration.
Yeah.
All the 8 years of Buhari in power, Boko Haram were killing and maiming and doing everything. America no talk. Now, suddenly, American president said they are killing Christians. Go and read President Trump's statement again. We are not going to fold our hands while the terror groups are killing Christians in Nigeria. We are going to save our Christian brothers and sisters. The very thing Nigerians cherish the most, religion. You know, say, if you want to scatter anything for Nigeria, just throw religion in the midst. It don't finish. The very thing Nigerians are passionate about, that is what they are using now to come over. And CC, you say it may not happen. You need to read how American military operate. Before they made that announcement, allegedly, our sea areas we don't follow. This is why people should not joke with this. So even about Tinubu administration, everybody, they are panicking now. And
I mean, he put a statement out. Someone that has been quiet since with everything that has been going on, he replied. So
yeah, and again, if you know how the Northern terror group operates, these guys, the Nigerian government have allowed them to operate for way too long that they are beginning to be very, very comfortable. You see them carry rifles, carry grenades, everything, even enter town, road in plenty vehicles and Okadas. It's like a siege when you see them move. Where Wahala go day is if America vention puts boots on the ground in Nigeria. And this hard-headed terror group, if they took out just one American soldier, all the Americans, the way they here, I know waiting that one mean. If you take out one or two American soldiers, you have just declared war. That rescue mission has now become a war. People go by you. That division where on they shout since, hey, let us go. Even now, we are not going to even see division. To make it worse again, to the outside world, to we Nigerians, Muslim ticket means nothing. We just see it as, oh, it's religion propaganda. They just want to use religion to just politics, you know. Tinubu choose a Muslim VP so he can win vote. Yeah. That's what it means to us Nigerians. But to a white man who is a Christian, hearing that your president is a Muslim, his VP is a Muslim, and Christians are being paid in hundreds. What do you think he's thinking? And yet, this same Muslim ticket is not delivering nothing that looks like security in Nigeria. Christians are being murdered. They don't do in fact, I think even Buhari did a better job than Tinubu. Let's call it what it is. And if you look deeply, can you blame them? Tinubu is a Muslim. He doesn't miss his Mecca trips. His assistant, what's his name again? The other one that Boko Haram actually started in his own state. That is your VP. Now, you want to tell me that both of them will say, oh, yeah, military, go into the bush, kill, shoot aside, bomb, do everything. They can't. That is the gospel truth. Now, another news that I found today, the new CDS, Chief of Defense Staff in Nigeria, today now published that in the last 48 hours, we have captured 20 Boko Haram member, we have released so stage within 20. Who are you guys fooling? The one that happened in what was that state where a very dark man went, where they besieged a village and buy almost everybody, that VDM has to went there before he drew government attention to. Did they do anything?
We have finished the show at this point.
No, we've done. I'm just letting people know that this week we have a long conversation. So, Benway, thank you, Zeno. This week we have a long conversation ahead of us. Please, if you can join. Let us rub minds together. What would you prefer? That's my main talking point. What would you prefer? That the Americans come to Nigeria to help us chase these terror groups away? Or should Americans just support our own military to take care of them by ourselves? Let me just ask you briefly, Abby, which one would you prefer? Would you say America should come and do our job for us, or let us do it ourselves?
Uncle Ben, I think that America should shake body small so that Tinubu will panic. Is that possible? Because Uncle Ben, you know that if I can't, the truth is Nigeria needs something.
Yep.
Just not as much as the US military coming to invade our land. Because Uncle Ben, you know the repercussions of that, like you said. It means war, it means subordination, it's a bad idea. But at the same time, Nigeria needs a very hard reset.
Yeah.
So it's a tough question to answer. So I wish and what's his name? Trump can just shake body small. Let Tinubu shake. Let him panic. Maybe that will help.
They are already on panic mode right now.
It's good. They're
already on panic mode. Abby.
But then, like, I know
I went to Twitter and started running his mouth. I just check my head and say, this man, many of these APC propagandists, they have no clue.
Exactly. See what Anselmi said. We need something, but not that. I know we need something, but if America is going to be too tough on Coben, the repercussions, we know that they're also not there for our own interests. It's their own interest, let's be honest. So that also means that they will not leave till they get what they want. So it's long.
You know, another worst aspect of this whole thing is that you see my uncle. This my uncle where they see for screen so happy. This my uncle know they hear come.
Oh my God.
This my uncle no like us from get-go. Make I just tell those Nigerians.
My dad is now saying that I'm not allowed to go for Dirty December. Oh.
Abby, you are not going to learn no dirty nothing. No. Let December do December as they did right now. Do you know what happened, right? If they escalate this shit, the first thing is
I'm in Nigeria.
Nobody is coming out of Nigeria. If they escalate this way,
I say what people in Nigeria. My dad is saying that we should spend Christmas here. Look at Sissy laughing at me, my hater. Oh my God.
Sister, they say I'm going to. Sister, you don't go. Hey. This Bami no like Nigeria. Look, now during his first tenure, I know say Bami no like Nigeria. One time he was making one of his campaign during the first time in office. He said, I went to Alaska. Guess who I found in Alaska? There's just one black man, and he's Nigerian. He's stealing our job. Not from there, I know say Bami no like us at all. Go and read his statement. He said that disgraceful country. Did you read his statement, Abby? Anyway, let me let you guys go. If I still get more energy, I may start tonight. I may start the political show tonight. If I still get energy. No, don't worry. It's for a different set of audience. Those who are
we're
interested
interested in this one. Wait for us to wake up. We're interested in this one, sir.
Una no go let me do the show the way I want to do them.
No, we'll not disturb you. I don't have anything to say about politics. I just want to know where I stand before I go, so I can know if I will do my Nigerian dream. It's very important to me and my death December, please.
Well, everything get good and bad side anyway. Me, I don't talk say I will put call through to my people for Nigeria this week. Say, please, if una see say America won't begin to escalate this invasion, I beg. More na me compile name. Make I go submit to American embassy. My people need to come over here, please. Biko. Now opportunity to jackpot. When I see some Nigerians online say, yes, Trump, come and help us. I said to myself, say, Pikin no medicine. He say na burger. Hey, have you seen? Look, let me even tell some of our Nigerians who don't understand how American military operate. You see those American military you see in American movies. Now fake be those one. No. The real American military on ground, if those people that have been to Afghanistan, those one that has been deployed, if you listen to them talk, you go no say, you know what make these people even come your country at all. Let's leave it at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for our political talk show. Our political roundtable comes off 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know what time it will be. Now that our clock has gone back 1 hour, I think that should be like around 4 p.m. in London and Nigeria. I don't know what it will be.
4 p.m. in London is 5 p.m. in Nigeria. Our clocks have gone back, so it means Nigeria now is ahead of London.
Oh, your clock went back too.
Yes, it did.
Oh, by the way, what time is it now? Make I take and compare.
Is 12:28.
Oh, okay. Now we say we are on the same time zone then, because it's still 6 hours. So Nigeria is the one that moved forward 1 hour. Okay.
Yes. Nigeria is 1:29 now.
Oh yes, Abby. I was even going to get across to Zaddy if Zaddy can help us to come and break this thing down. For me, I've worked with a couple of veterans, and I've worked with some American who are also veterans who are now working as nurses. If they describe what really went down when America put boots on the ground, everybody could say, "Man, they no come." Yeah, you say, "Man, they no come." And the worst part is, even Boko Haram is not the main target. Too. I am suspecting those people in the Sahara, when they call them the Sahel Republic or wherever, now then go be the target too. They just need us as base. But that base, they know say Tinubu no go give them to them easily. So APC, una better wake up and do the right thing, or else. I pray we still have a country anyway. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So that is the announcement I want to make. Be ready for our show this coming week. Now, let us just round up to Sunday school. All right. Thank you for joining us for today's Sunday school. Thank you, Abby, for hosting. Abby, I think I have to call Daddy. I have to tell Daddy, may Daddy no allow you go nowhere. Sit your butt in the UK. You are doing nothing dirty in Nigeria this December.
You will not even have to call him, because it's not. If he says I can't go, I can't go. Because really and truly, if anything happens, who will I call? It's him now.
My dear, don't go anywhere. This is not the time.
I had plans. And I had a dream that I would miss my husband this day to December in Nigeria.
That your husband will not go anywhere. Let Trump decide what Trump wants to do first, honestly speaking.
So that means I still have time for Trump to decide before I go. December is still 1 month.
No, you don't have time. You know why? From my own small knowledge of American military, when they make announcement like that, they don't do what they want to do already. They don't already station all their when they call them, what will be this worship? Almost all, they don't already prepare before they make this announcement. They don't prepare things. They were just, because the way this thing escalated within a week or two, it tells me that they don't already perfect what they want to do. They are just waiting for a perfect excuse to land. Okay?
What kind of boring Christmas am I about to have?
I'm seeing a comment from our vertical life. It's coming from Charles Oluyemi. Charles said, with my glasses, may I just read down real quick. This is why I said I may start this show tonight because
Let me read
it's
it.
hot now.
Charles says America should focus on their internal issues.
Okay, are you seeing it too?
Yes, sir.
How come I don't come see him?
I've been checking both lives.
Oh, thank you. Oh, but read the first one. There is one I highlighted. Read that one.
The one you highlighted. I can't say anything you highlighted though. Oh yeah. Be warned. America has no local standing to invade Nigeria. Nigeria is a sovereign country. It is ridiculous to think America is the world police. Stop ridiculing Nigeria.
Oh, my brother, I agree.
America should focus on their internal issues.
I agree, my brother. But the point is, we are talking about humanitarian. And as far as the last time I checked, there is no country yet that were able to stop America from doing whatever they want to do. I think the only country that was able to stop them is China and Russia and the stubborn North Korea. Every other country, American has always done whatever they want to do. They are waiting, they fear maybe that. And again, if America have a president who is a democratic president, I would have agreed that, because Democrats, they usually they follow due process, the Democrats. But you see, Republicans, when they set their eyes on something, my brother, it will take divine intervention for them not to do what they want to do. Republicans don't play. When Republicans say this is what they want to, that's what they want to do. So I get it. Nigeria is a sovereign country, but do we have humanitarian crisis or not? That's the question. You feel me, Abby? Do we have that problem or we don't? How many? Are we not even ashamed that government are negotiating with Boko Haram, with headsmen, with all these gangs that has kidnapped men, destroy communities? There is a video I'm going to play. Maybe when I start the next show, I will play that video. A video of a pastor. That video is going viral now. The pastor actually listed the names of people who were murdered and buried in one grave in the north. The video is going viral now. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen it.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the question is, do we have humanitarian crisis or we not? We have humanitarian crisis, my brother.
Uncle Ben, I have one more comment to read from Charles Oleyemi Coker again. He said, American interest is in the mineral resources. Nigeria will align with Russia, China, North Korea, etc.
My brother, forget that thing. We won't. But we're not even go there. By the way, Mr. Charles, if you want to be my guest to analyze this, please, you are welcome. Send a message to this number on the screen. Let me see if I can show you the number. Send a message so I can officially invite you to be my guest and we can dissect this thing together. Me, I'm not for Nigeria should not align themselves with Russia, North Korea, China. So no. It won't end well. Like this way will they take play now. Nigeria may cease to become a country after this. In fact,
hey God,
Traore that went to make a deal with Russia. Americans are still pissed about that deal with Russia. They are still looking for ways to get to him. And they couldn't find a way. If you look at African map, Nigeria present them perfect zone to bring their base to in order to attack. So this thing, it goes beyond what we are looking at now, my brother. But anyway, send me a message. I will get across to you, my brother. You can be my guest. Thank you, everybody. Abby, make I not take this one wasting our time because
how would you send you a message? You didn't put your number. You didn't put your number up.
I put the number up on the vertical live. I think about 27 people are actually watching the vertical live now. So it's at the top. If you look at the top, it's
at
at
the top. Okay, yeah.
It's at the top. Let us have this conversation. I'm scared. I'm an American. I love America. That's why I call America my motherland. But at the same time, I'm a Nigerian. I love my fatherland. I just can't fathom an idea of when I saw what happened in places like Iran, Iraq, and the like. I can't imagine that happening in Nigeria. So please, it's better we challenge the Tinubu administration to buckle up now and start this fight. I think that's the only way we can keep America away from coming to fight for us. If the Nigerian army can get up now and do the right thing, start chasing these folks inside bush, Sabisa forest, wherever they are. Release the names of those sponsors. Let them begin to face justice. Then we may have a very good reason to keep American away from coming to Nigeria. If that is not happening, let us ask ourselves this question, please. If your brother or your sister are part of the people that are being killed as Christians in the north, would you say, no, we don't need America? Let's be honest. So I don't think this thing is going to end well. All right? I don't think it's going to end well. But I pray that...
What if Tinubu panics enough to address the issue?
Tinubu cannot address the issue, unfortunately. Abby, you go let us start the show. Maybe they go.
Okay, good
Tinubu
night.
cannot address the issue, Abby.
Tomorrow.
Tinubu is so invested in 2027.
Oh, God. Okay, Uncle Ben.
Look, the only way to address the issue, there is no way Nigeria will solve the problem of terrorism in Nigeria without killing a bunch of northern terrorists. Let's call it what it is. Who are Fulani henchmen? Who are the gangs?
Charles says, yes, now you are talking. Charles, you want to be our guest tomorrow? Please come tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, Charles, text me. You can be my guest. I will reach out to Comparable Fact and other brothers that know much about what is going on now. Right?
Oh.
Sister Natu said, name who? They have to name the sponsors. If Tinubu administration want to really show that they are ready to counter all this battle and keep American away, they have to name those who are sponsoring them, and they have to start fighting. Let us begin to see report. That's the only way you can keep America away. You have to show the Americans that, hey, we own this. This is our country. We can handle our own problem. The earlier they start doing that, the better. That's the only way they can keep America. But if they don't do that, with my Uncle Dono, that's the way Nigerians.
It is well.
It is well, Abby. Thank you, Gary. All right, this is our Sunday school theme song. So see you guys in the next week. Give me like 2 hours. I will start my political roundtable discussion to lay the foundation, and then we continue tomorrow because my fatherland is on fire now. I'm scared. I'm worried. I don't want to become a persona non grata. I don't want to say, oh, we used to have a country called Nigeria. You see that saying they used to say that, oh, there was a country. Make it not become reality now. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Abby.
Bye.
Show everything feels right from the street.
You are my God. I lift your name high.
From the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun, Lord, your name is worthy to be praised. You took me from the dust and crowned me with your love. Now my heart will sing forevermore. You are my God.